Good morning, gamers, ranked enjoyers. Good afternoon, good night, whatever time zone you're in, wherever you're watching from. Hello, Nerdy. How are we feeling today? We're starting an extra hour later than usual, so
Oh my god, the extra hour is all I needed. That's all I needed. You already woke up
until we get.
23 seconds ago? More like 23 minutes ago. All right. All right. Don't
I
just
was
that.
actually the last person to join the call, so
Yeah. But
you can blame that on me.
anyways, yeah, I'm doing good. I'm excited for this today. There's a lot of good contestants. There's a lot of potential content. 100 pieces of content. So, I'm excited. Yeah.
Yeah. So, chat. If you're confused, if you don't know what's happening, that is okay. It's not your fault. We're going to explain it. This is what's happening. So we have the ranked playoffs that happen every 3-4 months. This is our 5th season, and we take 16 of the best Minecraft players, put them all against each other in a bracket. Whoever wins at the end of it all gets the grand finals, wins the playoffs. So the way we determine who's playing, and we can send it over to the bracket here to look and see. We have 12 predetermined spots that are filled in by our 12 best ranked players throughout the season by gaining phase points, by having high enough elos during the entire season 5 regular season phase that ended about 2-3 weeks ago. These are 12 already qualified players slotted into our bracket, seeded 1 through 12 based on how well they did against the world in the entire regular ranked season. So this is what our bracket currently looks like. As you'll notice, this is a bit different from previous seasons that we've done in the sense that our top 4 seeds, Dougal, Loki, Hax, and Ankle Boy, have 2 buys, and our 5 through 8 seeds have 1 buy. Our 4 players that are going to qualify from our qualifiers today are going to go into these 13, 14, 15, and 16 seeds, and they are going to be playing our 9 through 12 seeds next weekend on Saturday. So, Nerdy, what are your thoughts on this new bracket? You like the changes? We get to see maybe a little bit less gameplay from our top 4 seeds, but they definitely have a much easier shot at getting to the grand finals, only having to win 3 games instead of the people at the back of the bracket having to win 5.
Yeah, I mean, this is very interesting. I'm curious how the players are gonna like it. I'm curious how it's gonna work out. What I like about this is that it definitely incentivizes and rewards the kind of overall season a lot more, right? So if you're top 4 now, that's a huge advantage. Whereas before, being top 4 was just kind of nice, right? It gave you it gave you better seating, right? But it wasn't anything super major. But this is substantial. I mean. Uh, Even if you have, 70% win rate on any given player, having to play 2 matches against 2 different opponents, right? Then you multiply that out, and it's still like only a 50% chance of you winning. So, are you moving on, right? And so I think that that's a huge advantage to be in those 1 through 4, which I think is great because the top 4 players should be rewarded. So honestly, I think this is very interesting. And I'm excited to see who we choose for our 13 through 16th seeds.
Yeah, and this bracket is, if you're wondering, it is single elimination, and all the games except for the grand finals are best of 5s. The grand finals will be a best of 7, so we're getting rid of the first round best of 3s as well. So those, again, people said a little bit too much variance. You lose 1 seed to maybe zombie piglin, maybe random mob in the bastion or the fortress that your opponent doesn't have. So all these bracket matches are at least best of 5. So hopefully just going to see some better, maybe game 4s, game 5, some better, more competitive matches. Truly try to determine who the best season 5 ranked player is. That's our goal with the brackets, and we think this is how it's going to work out. So yeah, qualifiers itself, by the way, we can throw it back to us for a bit before we get started. But for that, how the qualifiers are going to work today, we have 4 slots open, like you saw in the bracket, our 13th through the 16th seed. Anyone on the ranked leaderboard that had 20 phase points could participate in these qualifiers. We currently have 64 people in the Discord stage. So that's sort of the number of players that we're working with here. And the way it's going to work is we're going to play through 10 seeds today. Everyone's going to be allowed to play the first 3, and then we're going to slowly eliminate players based on their performance throughout the seeds until we get down to 4 players at the end of our 10th seed. and those 4 players are going to qualify to our Season 5 playoffs bracket that starts next weekend. So we're playing 10 seeds. It's a lot about consistency, a lot about can you avoid those seeds, where you die, you get 0 points in a seed, but it's also a lot about winning these seeds as well. You get 20 points on our qualifiers leaderboard if you win a seed. If you get 10th, you get like 10 points, maybe 11, maybe 12, maybe 8. It depends on how many people are playing, but if you get 10 points, you can get 10th in 2 seeds. Someone get first twice and they have a free seed against you almost, right? They have 40 points from those 2 seeds. You have 20. They have a free entire 20 points of lead. That's a whole seed that they have up. So format that tries to reward both consistency and speed. And again, we're going to play 10 seeds, and we're going to see the best 4 ranked players that are in these qualifiers come out of it, hopefully, and meet them in our bracket next weekend. So very exciting stuff. Yeah. Notable names that I think we are missing, for those of you who follow the ranked season and players closely. I know Marin was the 12 seed based on face points. He elected to drop out, just said busy with life stuff. I think maybe had school stuff coming up. So very respectable decision by him, putting the IRL grind first. And then another notable name that we're missing is Priffin, our Season 3 playoffs winner. Didn't have enough points to make top 12. Wasn't even really close, and didn't sign up to the qualifiers. So, maybe his heart just isn't in it for ranked anymore. I can see his POV as someone who used to play ranked a lot. It doesn't anymore. So again, maybe on the other Minecraft of a grind, on the any percent grind. And hey, if he gets the world record, we look like fools, So all up to whatever he's grinding. But we got a lot of other big heavy hitter names in here. You'll see obviously as we start to fill out the leaderboard, playing these seeds, stuff like that. We'll get to kind of get a better picture of who's gonna look into our top 4, lock into our top 4 and qualify. So very exciting stuff. But I'm ready to get into the game, whatever, Nerdy. I don't know about you, but I think I've yapped a little too long. I think I'm ready to see. I mean, Nerdy, we have 64 players worth of Minecraft content. That's a stack, by the way, for those of you guys in chat that didn't know. That is a stack of ranked players in our lobby, and
intentional.
At the very least, one of them's got to pop off, right? Like one of them has to pop off. Like you can watch a bracket match. Maybe both the runners die. We've seen it. Maybe the game takes 15, 17 minutes. We've seen it, but we got a stack of players. Nerdy. One of them's gonna go crazy. One of them's gonna get crazy strays. One of them's it's just gonna happen.
It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. We got Danny Boy,
guaranteed.
Super C, Dolq, and Aquacord. Fantastic.
Put all the players in a bundle. Yeah, would the players stack? They probably wouldn't, right? They have like different MBT data. Like if you had all the players in your inventory, I don't think they would actually stack, no?
If they have different MBT data.
Like a Danny Boy would not stack with an Aquacord if you're thinking about it, I don't think they would stack in the inventory. That would be what I would think. I mean, if you're just thinking about like player heads, right? Like those don't stack.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
But you could put them all in a bundle. You could put them in like 2.5 shulker boxes. But at the end of the day, I mean, we're throwing all of them out except for 4. So we'll see. But starting off with a village
so
seed
brutal,
here.
Man. We're throwing them into lava.
But hey, I mean, they had 3-4 months to qualify it through the top 12, right? Some of these players, getting 13th, 14th in that rank season, getting so close and yet so far away. But 7 iron blacksmith actually, so no shenanigans with the golem here. And then is there going to be obsidian in the second blacksmith? Looking at Aquacord's screen, no.
Disappointing stuff. 11 iron filter, and an iron sword
does guarantee lava pools close. So surely all these runners will have no trouble finding a lava pool in a plains and a dark oak. Smile.
We have 2 keepers of the iron sword, and it looks like 2 non-keepers. What are your takes on that, Feinberg?
I mean, okay, personally, when I had an iron axe, I was never a iron sword kind of guy. And even like I say that, but even when I had a stone axe, I was not an iron sword kind of guy either, because like
sounds like you're not really an iron sword kind of guy.
The rhythm's just weird. I don't know how to explain it. Like it doesn't 2-shot the blazes, and there's arguments for it. Like diamond sword is just 100% fully correct. But right. I was never an iron sword guy. It just wasn't me. But I think if you can learn to use it well, I don't think it's worse, right? I think it's better in some scenarios, like if you don't main it all the time. But watching Danny here, first runner on our screen to head to a lava pool. But again, rank does guarantee a lot of lava pools, so this might not be the only one. As you see on our screen, Super C, just a completely different one over near this part of the Dark Oak. As yeah, it's kind of pretty lame when you don't find the lava pool. So I think rank tries to generate like 3 or 4. Like force generates them. So if you loaded the seed in vanilla, those lava pools would probably not be there. But it is better for the integrity. There's our bastion. Scan, kind of far away though, so gonna have to manage some terrain here, but it's a village, so everyone's gonna have a pretty good amount of food. Depending on how much wood people got, I mean, potentially shears craft as well if you like had that 11 iron from the blacksmith. Saw some trees on the way to your lava pool, so a lot of different ways to play this overworld that could be the difference maker for some of these players, but looks like we're just heading to the bastion, and it appears to be treasure. Which is gonna, no, it's bridge. Okay, unlucky. I'm looking at the top right screen, the bit rate's low, but we are in a bridge bastion, so Pyre's gonna work. Looks like Draconics has found it 14 chunks away.
Beautiful stuff from Draconics.
We will see, and I think we have 2 triples here. So we'll see what route we are going to choose. 2 Hoggins on the bridge, no pigs on the bridge. Gold pick for some blocks. Dodging those hoglins, very well done. No Donkey Kong attempt. I think honestly, I mean, looking at the piglins that he had on the bridge, you would notice that there weren't any. So I think this is actually a fine call, you know, thinking that some of these piglins kind of just ran off. And yeah, he's got 8-10 guys in here. Very good stuff, but definitely not like the wrong call if some people do decide to do Donkey Kong route. Again, a very variable bastion. Takes a while to get there. Piglins maybe traverse the terrain, you know, walk around by themselves. So as long as you can identify how you're getting the most pigs possible. Yeah, look at these Draconics' pigs down here. All stuck in this 1x1. They just all wandered into some like lower random terrain here, but he's saving them. So this is going to speed up his trades a little bit. Yeah. Good heads-up play. And yeah, I mean, Aquacord in the top looks like some Donkey Kong route. Parker looks like he's just trying to grab some spare pigs. Did a standard right triple route there. So going to be different from basically every player you're watching just because the terrain for this bridge was very, like, open. These piglins could kind of go wherever they want. You know, you have a bastion over lava. The piglins, like, they're stupid, but they're not going to fall off. You know? But, like, if they can walk around, they'll walk around. So all these runners trying to figure it out.
Ouch.
I think he's pearlinging here, which is a good play. Overlapping the trades, saving, you know, maybe using 1 pearl, save some food, save some time, obviously. You know, the only argument against the pearl hang...
Great. He's on 22 obby already, and he's close to done if he's not done
2 stacks
yet.
of pearls. Yeah, he's got to split that string, and he's out. Yeah, gets a little bit of blocks, has a stack of soul sand. I'm not really sure what he's looking for, but no, he's out. And he's going to be in the fort. But as we see in the bottom right, Parker heading to the fort as well. Kenan heading to the fort as well. Very close from a lot of these runners. Just some good stuff so far from the players you see on the screen. And Aquacord's surely going to be out soon as well.
Low food for Draconics here, though. He does have a gap, but it looks like he does not have bread, unlike Aquacord and a lot of the other runners.
Yeah, very possible that, you know, you just play the food from the blacksmith chests. You don't grab any hay bales, right? Yeah, obviously hay bales might not have been on the route, but that was pretty brutal from Draconics. 4 blazes, 0 rods, but the way that the ranked standardization works is that means everybody is going to kill their first 4 blazes and get no rods. So the fact that he had those 4 blazes there is still some very good stuff, you know, gets those like no rod blazes out of the way, so to speak. And now he can sit at this sort of jank double spawner. And still not have a rot from 7 blazes so far. 8th one, there we go, into fire.
Oh my god.
But hey, man, I mean, when the rates are that bad, it's always just so weird because you can blaze bed a spawner and sort of get the spawns cranking. It's almost maybe worse to have strays when the rates are bad, but you never really want to say no to like an extra 4 blazes. So Obviously, I think
Yeah.
playing for straights is always good here, and I think Draconics is gonna probably have the lead, leaving the 4. But it's always so unclear. You know, it said in chat that Parker in the bottom right here was the first player to blind, but he's only got 2 rods measuring these eyes here, and Draconics has 6. And now he's not measuring his eyes, but he's killed the Blazes for 6 rods, so he can measure his eyes right here and then just leave. Parker has to measure his eyes and still get 4 more rods.
That
Oh, it's very dynamic. Yeah.
I mean, I'm hyped to see 2, you know, HPG people doing great here, though. I mean, I feel like, you know, I know Parker's been trying the qualifiers for I think 3 seasons now. So this could be his chance to finally make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, every season you keep improving, you know, keep focusing on parts of your game to play better, and eventually, you know, you might crack it. But it looks like Parker is out. Same time Draconics has his extra rods to head to chords, and looking at Draconics' Nimba, he doesn't have a 100% offset there, but he must be confident enough that they're close enough that he doesn't really care. There's an 85% off of one eye, and so I feel like most of the time you wouldn't be confident with that, especially in a like huge group situation like this, where, you know, taking 10, 15 extra seconds to measure an eye, maybe you'll lose a ranked game to that. But here you might only lose a couple places. You'll still get a lot of points on the seed as opposed to missing the stronghold entirely. But already all 4 players on our screen right now, all purling to second portal chords. Look how close this seed is. And yeah, Retropog apparently first in the stronghold off of advancements here and finds the portal room. So I mean, very linear seed, I guess. All these runners, right? Very open terrain, bridge, standard bastion route. Looks like Draconics going the wrong way on the stronghold here for a second. So, I mean, gonna hopefully figure that out in preemptive, but here we go into the end. Retropog, I think, was first and is a back decently high tower, but should be pretty free zeroable for a lot of players. Oh, it's 100. Never mind. So that's actually going to cause a lot of variance. Yeah, back 100. Yep. It's just hard to tell watching a screen, but are people going to go for side setups? Are people going to throw an amazing pearls and go? Like, let's see what's Draconics. Draconics going to do a lower setup. Keenan is zeroing, yeah, and has 3 anchors left.
Potentially good. One. Oh god.
Oh, he choked that anchor. Oh my god, he's dead.
Oh no.
Tried to blow up a fast anchor, and unfortunately, I guess we jinxed him. But Draconics heading for the 0. I think a side setup here. Has 3 or 4 more beds here. Like I said, I think I saw him craft 9. So that's the 0, and Draconics might be first here. I mean, was one of the first players to enter the end and hits a hard mechanical 0 and a hard knowledge 0 at that as well. You know, having to know setups on back 100. You know, a lot of people maybe don't know those side setups extremely well, just opt to, you know, not go for it. But
right.
I think Draconics is going to get first here. Yeah, sub 10, only sub 10 of the seed. And, you know, barring other people pulling off that same 0, going to be having to wait for purchase here. Looks like Retropog and Papler on our screen, both getting a perch at the same time here.
Very nice.
But yeah, completions already flying in on the screen. We've already down to our top 3 completed. And it's like, when you're sitting in the portal here, like, how many people complete before you? You know, Retropog, 1, 2, 3, lost 4 places there, sitting in the portal, killed the dragon at 4th,
no
finished
way.
in 8th. That's just how it goes. I mean, and all the micro in these seeds just matters so much. And yeah, we do play these seeds up until 24 people finish the seed, and the players get points based on their positioning in the seed, with first place getting 20, last place getting 1, and then it's evenly distributed in the middle. So definitely still very good to finish this seed, you know, in the top 10, in the top 15, get those points on the board, because whoever has the most total points after 10 seeds, well, I mean, I guess the top 4 players after 10 seeds.
It was like 0.025 seconds or something in between Danny and
Oh, there's one tick. I didn't see it. I
Yeah,
missed it.
that was ridiculous. Yeah, it was crazy. Between Danny and Aquacord, that was crazy.
So we have, looks like 15 players have finished the seed so far. We got Parker on our screen waiting for a perch. And I said 15 players completed the seed, and now Nerdy 23 players, and it's over. And that's it. That's it. Look how close those last completions are. 5 seconds in between our last 8 completions on the seed. That's how fast this goes. A very linear seed, and I mean, just goes to show the quality of the players in the lobby at the moment when it's that tight, that close. I mean, only less than 2 minutes from when Draconics won the seed and when it was finished. You know, so very linear, very well played from all the players. And I think we'll be able to show our leaderboard here in just a second and kind of show you guys what we're looking at once that updates in the back end. Technology is not perfect, but we will get that going in just a second. But yeah, I mean, great seed for our seed 1. Hard 0, you know, giving a little bit of a benefit to those players that know how to hit that 0, that have the mechanics, you know, practice that a lot, you know, giving an additional bonus to people that potentially set up for the ground 0 afterwards, right? And take that guaranteed, you know, minute 20 end fight as opposed to, you know, half or just waiting for the perch. And when the seed's that linear and the times are that close, knowing those end fight strategies can save you a few placements. I mean, definitely won Draconics that seed for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, Draconics did well. I mean, I'm just impressed that all of the times were within 2 minutes of each other, you know. Just very consistent play, I feel like, in this group of people, which is great to see. Like we were saying, we saw someone lose, how many places was it? Like 5 or 6 places?
Yeah, 5 or 6 just from sitting
yeah.
there. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
It's
just
absolutely brutal. But I love seeing the consistency across the players. I feel like it makes every little mistake matter. It makes every time loss matter. It means every time save matter. I feel like it's very exciting to see the players this close with one another.
Yeah, and I mean, the fact that it is that close means that those players that can push themselves to be consistently at the top of those seeds are going to be our top 4 players and the best, you know, quality of players that we can get into our brackets. So, yeah, surely we have the standings, hopefully, to switch it over. If not, then technology is what it is, but hopefully we can throw it over the standings. And yep, there it is, beautiful. So you'll notice, and we couldn't show this before the seed 1 started, but you'll notice that these point values are not capped at 20. Like I said, you get 20 points for winning a seed, but a little quirk of our playoffs, and again, just based on how we don't have perfect technology, you get, how do I explain this? So you had to have 20 phase points to play in the qualifiers. And then every 5 phase points that you had above 20, you got an extra starting point in the qualifiers. So, you know, sort of benefit the players that, you know, like I said, maybe got 13th in the phase point leaderboard, 14th, 15th in the phase point leaderboard that didn't, you know, got barely that close, giving them just a little bit of a boost. And again, we're playing 10 seeds. The most bonus points that anyone gets, I think, is I think Danny Boy, 18 bonus points right there. As you see, previous round 10, total points 28. But example, someone like Jay, let me see on the leaderboard here real quick. I think had, just have to find this on the scroll. Yeah, so Jay had 80 points, 80 face points. So that means he's 60 face points over 20. So starts with an extra 12 points. So again, just a way to sort of try to get the best player possible, right? You'd think that like the person who's, you know, maybe getting 14th, 15th, 16th in the regular season is going to perform better than someone who's getting, you know, 90th. But again, don't want to close that door to someone who is potentially lower on that leaderboard and just has a heater on the day, you know, maybe got better throughout the season and couldn't get those phase points early, but is playing super well now. So yeah, this is our leaderboard. After seed 1, again, we're playing 10 seeds in total. So people at the top here are most likely not going to be the same 4 people that you see at the top. I mean, maybe even by the next seed. but definitely not throughout 10. So we still have a lot more Minecraft left to play. Very exciting stuff.
Great stuff indeed. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this pans out. Lots of people on 28. Not a bad start to be on to be on that many points. I'm curious. Yeah, it's interesting to see, you know, can the people that did well in this round, can they keep it up? Can Draconics keep, for example, getting more of those top level plays?
Yeah, are we
We do
going to see the
see,
same player win like 5 seeds, like what Hacks
yeah,
pulled off in
yeah.
the
That's what
mid-season,
I was
right?
thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah. Are we gonna? I mean, that was ridiculous. But in either case, good start to this, and I'm excited to see where we go from here.
Yeah, getting into seed number 2. Again, everyone gets to play 3 seeds, and then at the end of 3 seeds, I think we eliminate everybody with 0 points, but I'm pretty sure that genuinely doesn't really do anything because most people have bonus points. There's only 11 people that didn't start with a bonus point, so get more Minecraft out from a lot of players, so no complaints there. But getting into this seed in just a second. When you have 64 people in the ranked lobby, everyone has to load in, right? So you're capped by the loading speed of the worst setup. So it's always funny in these big lobbies, but would rather have them, load that seed at the start, right? Keep that hardware gap as minimal as possible. But there's the buried treasure, nicely found from Parker. No TNT, but enough iron, diamonds for a diamond sword, and a shears craft.
Wow.
Going to be possible. I mean, a shears craft is technically possible if you have 2 iron, but it is not the correct play. But here, definitely the correct play. Craft those shears, get those extra blocks. There it is.
Beautiful.
Very standard overworld. I mean, I'm going to see every runner basically do this exact same thing. Grab these leaves, grab these 2 trees, and then head into the ocean. And just try to find where that ravine is. Not some amazing kill, but it looks like 2 good ravines for Parker, and that's it
Damn.
looks whack. I don't know. See the stone there. He's gonna commit to it, but I'm not loving
You're not
this.
sold on this, yeah.
I'm not loving this. It could be 1 deep. Oh, diamonds.
Ooh.
But that's unfortunately not what we're looking for. And
That was
yeah,
a little
look on our
sus from
stream,
Parker, though.
definitely bigger things. I mean, again, ravine looked good. I respect going down it, but he unfortunately has to find another ravine, and he has just the wrong side of the island. So he's going to lose maybe 20, 30 seconds here. Not the biggest deal. Probably a lot of players in that same situation, as it basically was a 50-50, But we're in the nether. Looks like a housing bastion. Lava floor, but we'll see what these runners do with it here. Looks like Wall Yoshi in the bottom
with
right.
the absolutely
And I said lava floor, but it was not.
netherrack. Oh man.
Yeah, I think playing with programmer art is absurd.
It's just oh man, I can't
that this
even
guy's
look.
old netherite, yeah. But Parker in the same situation, and what I thought was a lava floor is actually one path for these piglins to go and get up to this manhunt or gold block area. So well done. He's got those piglins following him, which is good stuff. A little scary blocking that off with leaves there. It is possible that those leaves would catch on fire or burn and then kill some piglins or, stops them from going. But it's kind of the only block he had to build with at the time. So
Yeah, lots of runners taking a lot of damage here.
yeah, and we have 2 salmon. Not sure about the cod situation, but again, less food on this type of seed than we would on a village, for example.
Right.
Don't have the luxury of a bread, hay bale stack. Don't have the luxury of golden apple crafts potentially. So food management going to be coming a little bit into play on the seed more so. And maybe a bit more terrain nav as well. Fortress not entirely visible at the moment. Again, could just be visible around a corner. But potentially more decisions on this seed compared to the last one. We will see. But it looks like, yeah, a couple runners already out. Camo out, Eric out very fast. I mean, Housing very fast. Looks like Parker's about to be out after he gets maybe another obby trade, picks him up here. Needs one more Obsidian. Gets it from that chest, yeah. So Parker should be out as well. And these runners sort of just trying to find the fort. I think Eric here on our middle right, one of the first players into the fort here. And not as good of a quality fort as the last one. Basalt enclosed, so could pose some big issues for second portal navigation if it does end up being in a wall. And also could pose some issues for spawner nav. Like, look at this. There's just a one wide wall of lava here, blocking off the lower part of the fortress. So both spawners probably going to be down there. And just a straight up lava wall in the way. So very good realization there from Eric. Finds a spawner through that lava wall. I wonder if the other players are going to realize that. Could potentially lose a lot of time here if you are unlucky and can't find those spawners.
Yeah.
Yeah, another lava wall there. And it's so clean that it almost looks fake. Yeah, it's just jumping through it. Doesn't even F5 look, and he just knows. But
that's like
it almost looks like real. Like you have to kind of think about it for a second. That
like that. Yeah, I feel like that'd be like a cool like puzzle if fortresses had those. You know, you could like go through
fake
the
lava walls. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think most runners are going to find that eventually, you know, knowing that the lower down you go in a fortress, the more likely the spawners will be there. And that is a lower staircase. So if the runners are playing the fort correctly, they will have to go through the lava wall. A lot of beds in HDMI's inventory here, so potentially a very easy or like forgiving 0, I should say. Potentially not easy, right? You know, back 100 we saw last seed. Very difficult. Right. But looks like HDMI trying to death reset here. Pearled to grab the eye. That was very interesting stuff. But I see the vision. But again, Nerdy, this is potentially, you know, bad food management, right? And maybe now, I don't know, we might only have 14 pearls as well.
Yeah, 14.
From HDMI cables. So again, if you have to pearl once, maybe even twice, yeah, no more pearls other than the 14. So this could be a misplay, potentially burning those 2 pearls on that hunger reset. You know, are you gonna have the pearls for 0? And even if you have the pearls for 0, are you going to be able to even hunger reset if you have to pearl to this to the second portal? Is it possible? So food management actually playing a big deal in these runs. We will see. I mean, it doesn't look like anyone on our screen here heading to the stronghold just yet. HDMI Cables was our first runner into the fort and has played this seed, you know, pretty well. Again, apart from the lack of pearls here, but that's an issue, you know, that's going to come back to punish him in the end game portion of the run. Like, he's not slower right now doing this. He's going to be slower in the end, potentially not being able to 0. But it should be our first runner into the stronghold. If not, you know, very close to the first runner in the stronghold. No rod from those 3 blazes. Is there one right down there? Oh, swapping. Nice. Second portal chords heading too. So not actually. Retropog I Spy as well. Mini about to be 4 or 5 seconds behind. So HDMI Cables lost, I guess, a lot of time in the fort. Maybe strays, something like that. Yeah. So we'll see. But because I Spy coming out from a couple runners already. I am nerdy when you have a stack of players playing.
Yeah, I mean, someone's bound to have a good fortress split.
Yep. And it looks like we have both the runners on our screen right now. Main screen and top right, both in the portal room, both hunger resetting. Is this going to be a relatively easy 0 with the beds that we have? Is Mini going to get first on the seed? Look, Nerdy, Draconics middle right as well. Our winner from the last seed in the end as well. I think second in the end here.
Wow.
We will see. I mean, front exposed tower, very easy 0. Can build to 95. Draconic's pushing 99 as well, so he's a rotation ahead. Gets the first bet off at the same time as Mini, even though he's in the end later, so could steal the first place, Nerdy.
Oh my goodness. Getting the cross.
Is he gonna finish at a rotation earlier? He is. Potentially stole the first place here. Depends on stream delay. We'll have to see, but
oh my god.
enter the end second, potentially winning the seed off of, the hours of 0 prep to practice. And we'll see, though. Going to be very close with stream delay here. I'm looking at the timers. Going to be very, very close. No, barely. Couple seconds off. Must have been stream delay.
Though, that's a great
second place. And did catch up a lot of time in that end regardless. An extra rotation saved in 2 places. But Draconic sitting second there. I think Jay getting third. Retropod getting fourth.
No, Jay, I don't. Am I crazy? I don't think Jay finished.
Oh, Jay died. Rip Jay, FJ. I'm sorry. I saw him in the overworld and just assumed that there was a username that I missed, so I thought it was a successful 0, but unfortunately, I guess not.
Yeah.
But there we go. I mean, these zeros starting to flood in again. Not looking good from Sock Monkey there. 1.5 hearts off the 0 tower, potentially tabbed out in the situation, but. I think, Nerdy, we might see a ton of fast completions here again.
Yeah, lots of sub-10s.
Yeah, I mean, very relatively easy 0. Again, still chokeable, especially if you're pushing 99, pushing bed extensions, pushing, double beds, stuff like that. Definitely chokeable still, if you're trying to optimize every little thing about the 0, but relatively easy 0. Eric, this is a whack 1 cycle that he's doing on the top right here, but it's working. I had to fix the obsidian, but it worked. Wow. I mean, it had 9 beds or something, so it should be fine.
Nice.
But this seed might just be faster than the other one. Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
Under 2 minutes from first completion to last completion. And that's the lobby. So
that's the lobby.
Yeah, I mean, when the 0 is that linear and you're going to expect, 90, 95% of the players in this lobby. I mean, 100% of the players in this lobby hopefully know how to hit that 0, but you're going to expect, maybe 80, 90% of them to hit that on any given day,
sure.
Playing to the max speed. So some good stuff, and, really makes sense why those completions are so close together, so close to each other in time, But I think we'll have this standings. I was gonna say stats. I guess kind of the same thing. Up in just a second. So, I mean, the only thing that sticks out to me is Draconics was one of those runners on 28, and he got second in the seed. So
yeah, that's why I immediately
see him up there. But no, look, Aquacord as well. I guess Draconics on 26. So yeah, I mean, definitely a little more spread out already, though, right? Already have a pretty sizable gap here. I mean, again, you do have to be top 4 to win, but the runners that are outside of this top 20 are an entire seed away from the top 4. Have to back to school would have to win a seed and would be in 4th place if nobody else got any points. That's how far away those runners in 20th place. And I wonder if we have the technology today to see 21 through 40 standings. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. We'll see. We do. Oh my god, beautiful. We don't have perfect graphics because I just forgot to ask about it, so it doesn't say 21 through 40. But this is our 21 through 40 standings. So yeah, I mean, runners here. Again, I mean, we still do have 8 seeds to play. So if you're on this screen, it's possible. But when you're 40 points behind already, I don't know, right? Could potentially be out of the conversation. But if you have 8 seeds of a heater, it is possible. But I don't know. I can throw it back to the top 20 one more time before we get into our next seed. But I'm down to get that lobby loaded whenever. Don't have that much to yap about. But this is what we're looking at. And again, I mean, Jay Crow right there in 9th and 10th, 0 points from the last seed, but still in the top 10 from that good performance. And again, I mean, apart from what we saw out of hacks in the mid-season showdown this season, we really haven't seen any one player have like a consistent crazy heater the entire 10 seeds, right? You're bound to die in a seed. You're bound to go to the wrong magma ravine.
Well, okay, maybe
Fort,
you, Feinberg, if it were me playing, it would.
You personally, you wouldn't let that slide? Yeah.
I wouldn't let that. Yeah, that would not happen. But yeah, in general, I agree with you. There's some variance bound to happen.
That is true. I mean, we are notably missing again the top 12 players by face points, right? So if any players were to hit a heater, right, you'd expect maybe it's the Dougals of the world, the Lokis of the world, the Ankle Boys, the hacking noises of the world, and they are not in this ranked playoff qualifiers. They've already qualified themselves, but definitely possible still for anyone to go on a run. And I mean, we'll see getting through these next couple seeds here if that starts to shake up for Draconics, for Aquacord, for anybody else, currently in the top 4, top 10. But we have a all advancements pilled seed.
Oh man. Do they get bonus points if they get more advancements than the other players, Feinberg? What do you think?
The season 6 of ranked is the AA season.
Yeah.
Like
that'd be awesome.
You still have to finish the seed first, and it's still any percent, but every advancement you get adds, let's say, 10 seconds to your opponent's timer. So you could finish. You could that in my head. That's so funny because you could see somebody finish and then be like, "Holy shit! I have to get 12 advancements in a minute, and then I can win." And so you're just like, it wouldn't really be possible. You have to crank out random stuff in the end.
I think it'd be hype if okay, not actually, but for a special mode or whatever. If each advancement gave you I don't know, a pearl or
a diamond or a diamond block.
Yeah.
Or a netherite block or something.
Yeah, that would be cool. But anyways.
Minecraft, but advancements give you potion effects. 8 million views on YouTube.
We're YouTubers, Feinberg.
We're bringing back the 2018 meta in 2024 in ranked. That's
true.
That's it.
True.
Back to the seed though. I mean, again, not that impressive of an overworld. Lava pool on the screen, temple on the screen. The only consideration here, right, is where are you getting your food? And looks like Sock Money at least opted to kill some chickens, because otherwise you're dealing with 19 flesh, 2 gapples. But looking at the nether here on Jay's screen,
look at this. Oh my
treasure
God.
fort basically on the treasure. So I mean, if you play the seed perfectly, rotten flesh 19 rotten flesh is not a bad food source. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I also just noticed there in a second he opened his inventory. There's a notch in the inventory as well. So I don't hate the play, honestly, not getting food, especially if it was chicken in the overworld. I think I would have opted to not grab that food and sort of just head to the bastion and start just, routing and stuff, right? Because again, 19 rotten flesh, like I was trying to say, not the best individual food source, but when you have 19 of them, you can heal up. It's slow, obviously, but you can take a hit in the fort and it's not a big deal. Right?
Yeah.
You could take even a couple hits. Danny Boy on our screen middle right, dead in the bastion has to reset. And Nerdy, if it's anything like these, if this seed 3 is anything like the first 2 seeds, that just might be it for Danny. That's a 3-minute time loss. And both these last 2 seeds, player 1 has only been, 2.5 minutes ahead of 24. So that might be it. For the players that die, I mean, Danny Boy on the screen, but obviously possible that other players that were not watching have died as well. What if for one of the qualifiers when we had, 64 people is the perfect number, but what if we just had the 8x8 security grid angle?
Yeah? I mean...
Restricting, good playoffs viewability to people that have, 4K monitors.
Listen.
Well, you can't even stream on Twitch in 4K. How many pixels would you even have? If we streamed at 1080p, everyone is getting an eighth of the pixels height and width wise. Yeah, that'd be terrible. It'd be...
You guys know about the zooming in that you can zoom in on mobile? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you pinch the screen and it kind of
yeah, you can zoom in. That would be cool if
So
you could like
just
zoom in.
force everyone to watch on mobile
Yeah.
and zoom in.
Everyone,
But you
everyone
still
would
would
just
have.
zoom.
Oh, Jay, throw a bad pearl there.
good.
That was so scary
It's
watching.
fine. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Scary, scary. Yeah, another fast seed. I mean, literally, Jay slipping off the fort here, burning a gap, burning maybe 10, 15 seconds, maybe 20, 25 at this point with that pearl. That could be 5 placements in the seed. Could be 10 placements.
Wow.
But it looks like we're cranking.
Is getting returned to sender. That's what I like to see. Doing the real see the advancements. Yeah, it was listening to me and
oh my
you
god,
talk
look at
about the
this
advancements.
spawner. Colonized by the warp forest. Real ranked viewers know the Warp Forest Piglin discussion of like season 2. Do you remember that? You remember that lore discussion? Make sure you pick up those rods before you blow them up.
There's always so much lore to talk about.
There we go. About hiding on the spawner from the TNT. Has to break these shroom lights. Break the shroom lights. Light source. Okay, that's fine. TNT. But have to do something about this spawner here. Gets out one spawn, unfortunately. A little bit late on that TNT, perhaps. But a Retropog blinding first. Looks like we're on a mountain here, so this eye could go into a wall. It does not. And Retropog, our first runner, blinding again. Not sure how many rods he has compared to everybody else, but looks like Nimbot says 800 distance, 4 rods worth of eyes in the inventory. And again, blinding this early, not necessarily a bad play if you can overlap, crafting stuff while you're waiting for those extra blazes to spawn. Crafting your rod, or not crafting your rods, crafting your beds, anchors, maybe potentially like gold picks to get to cords faster. All that jazz. See what he's crafting right here. Yep, gold pick, crafted beds as well. Has those blazes ready. Retropog might be the first runner heading to second portal cords. Needs one more rod. Is he going to get it? One more blaze left, surely. No. And so bad, when you're one rod away, you lose that spawner cycle. Has that potential to you could be behind maybe just one blaze. And so if the spawner spawns 4, it doesn't do anything for you.
Yeah.
Because you only need 1. But it means that somebody else who maybe got 1 extra stray compared to you could already be leaving, right? Could already just be gone. So a little bit of that RNG, that variance there, but surely the last rod comes. Not the first blaze, not the second blaze. Oh my god, 7 blazes in a row, no rods. So probably nobody heading to second portal cores at this rate.
Wow.
So we will see. Oh my god, a Retrobog on 2 from the Pearl Hang. 4 strays on a screen right now. 8th blaze, no drop. 9th blaze, no drop in a row.
Jeez.
10th blaze, no drop in a row. 11th blaze. So horrendous rates.
Oof.
From the lobby here, but Retropog is finally out, heading to cords. Runner that we've seen in the Stronghold first at least twice, potentially 3 times.
Dewo as well.
Yeah, Dewo first in the Stronghold. There he is. By maybe 4 or 5 seconds. I think was the first runner into the 4th, perhaps. Didn't get a lovely spike on preemptive, but he's going to send it. Hits a wall. We'll see Retropog getting a pretty perfect spike there on the left. I like that.
Oof, taking 4 hearts from the
And
creeper.
Insta finds it, yeah. So better preemptive than Dewo, and he's got everything pre-crafted, has pork chop, stuff like that. So he's just going to be going here. Caged, but has that pre-crafted gold pick to save just a little bit of time. Could matter.
Nice.
But, I mean, very short tower here. And the rank dragons do not fly by that often. So I think, even if you go to 90 here, might even push for 95 if he's feeling it. But no, just going to go for 90. But it shouldn't fly away here. It's possible, but we'll see. Looks like no flyaway, so Retro, barring a huge mistake, is going to win our Seed 3, and everybody else on our screen right now either zeroing as well or prepping for it. And there it is. Wow. Very clean front small 0 from Retropog. Going to be winning the Seed. And again, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of completions very fast on this Seed as well. a little bit less of a linear fortress experience, but the treasure, getting to the fort and the overworld, some very linear stuff, right? Can't really get lost on a temple overworld, can't really get lost in that nether too hard. As long as you find the terrain where you need to, getting these completions just flooding in. And if you're one of these runners on a screen, Crow missing the 0, Mariko on the bottom right missing the 0, could potentially be 0 points on the seat. Is that the perch for Crow? It is. Gonna get saved a little bit here from the half bow, but definitely losing placements. 1, 2, 3 runners already finishing. 4 runners as he's one cycling. 5 runners. 6. Exploded the first bed at 7th. Finishes in 14th. Only 10 more finishers. Jay waiting for the perch as well. Yeah, and there they go. And again, such a fast seed that I think anybody, dying in the nether there, like we said, like we saw Danny die early, there's just no way you can make that time back in a lobby like this, right? When you only have a minute and a half from like the best finishing player to the 24th place finishing player, it's just over. Parker in the middle right hits the 0. Is his dragon going to die quick enough, though? Only 2 places to go. And he gets 23rd. Gets a completion on the board. And there's our 24 runners already. 10:53, sub 11 seed. Very, very fast seeds.
Wow. Just
very good Minecraft.
Brutal. I mean, I think it goes to show when you have a lot of good runners that, like, you can't make any mistakes in this kind of seed. You know what I mean?
100%.
Because there's just too many good runners that will just take the placement for you.
100%. That's what we've seen in the first 3 seeds today. Just one mistake, even 30 seconds. I mean, maybe it doesn't lose you the seed, but gonna lose you, 5, maybe even 10 placements.
Exactly. Yeah.
And here is our last seed. And again, yeah, look at this. Draconics 0. Danny 0, but they're still up there. Not as much consistency in this group. And I mean, again, there wasn't really that much consistency in the mid-season showdown either apart from hacks, right? But Draconics 0, Danny Boy 0, HDMI Cables 1, Papler and Darby both 0 as well, and all these runners still in our top 10. But again, you don't have to be in the top 10, you have to be in the top 4. And Aquacord and Retropog running away with it a little bit here, even after the 3rd seed, 10 points ahead of 3rd place. Aquacord 16 points ahead of 4th and 20 points ahead of 5th. If Aquacord didn't play the next seed, he would still get top 4. So a very strong showing from him on these first 3 seeds. Retropog only 2 points behind. But again, we have 7 Minecraft seeds left to play. These runners on the right side here, Ulsahan getting 18 points up to 34. Super C 17 points up to 32. Emoke 16 points up to 30. Nahan, Jooms, all these runners here having their first sort of good seed of the qualifiers so far. Did they just need a couple warm-up seeds? Are they going to start heating up? Are we going to see them in the top 5, top 10 more consistently? And all it takes is one bad seed from Aquacord, one bad seed from Retropog, and you can climb those points back so quickly. Get yourself back into top 10, top 4. So we still have 7 seeds left to play. Very, very exciting stuff.
Very good. Yeah, I mean, I like that I'm hoping that we stay like relatively close within the rankings here because sometimes we've seen in some of the mid-season showdown or other qualifiers where someone just like completely dominates. But I'm hoping that it stays like relatively close like this because this is exciting.
Yeah, and I mean, even if one person does sort of run away with it, it's always been
cool
very,
too, I guess.
It's always been very close for like third
Top
place,
4.
4th place. I feel like,
True,
yeah,
true.
it's always been very close for the top 4 players. So
I guess it was really hyped to see Hacks like have an almost perfect score though.
Yeah, I mean, he won what, 5 seeds out of 10 in a lobby where all of these players could potentially play, as well as all of the top 12 players that are sort of sitting in the bracket right now.
That's pretty crazy. That's some crazy stuff right there, Chad.
Yeah. I think we are setting up a new lobby real quick. Again, after seed 3, we do eliminate players with 0 points, but I don't know if we have the graphic to literally show the bottom like 20 players. We'll see if that's in the budget. I don't know. I know we had that 21 through 40 graphic. Yeah. Been told we just have up to 40, but because of the way that those bonus points work, I highly doubt that we had more than, 1 or 2. I mean, maybe a few eliminations, right? If you have only 20 phase points, you're probably not as consistent or of a runner as someone who maybe has 100 phase points, So those bonus points kind of do reflect skill in some sense a little bit there. Been told we had 4 eliminations after seed 3, so we had 4 of our 20 phase point players not get in the top 24 of 3 seeds. So big F to those 4 runners. So I think we're going to have 60 players for seeds 4 and 5, and then after seed 5 and nerdy is when the real eliminations start. We chop half of the players out after seed 5. So going to be going down from 60 to 30. So that's some exciting stuff. But dude, we've had some fast seeds so far. I mean, like 11 minutes, basically all 3 seeds. I mean, like the winner, 9-minute completion, and then everybody else sort of just flooding in.
Yeah. I mean, I love seeing the consistency. I will say the more eliminations, the more, or like the less of that we'll see, I guess, logically, right? If there's less players in the lobby, there's going to be statistically higher of a chance of people. Well, I guess it's going to be better players, though, now that I'm thinking about it. But I guess what I'm trying to say is when you have like 64 great players, it's like so unlikely that 24 of them will die.
Or I mean, you would need like
You know what I mean?
41
Yeah,
of them to die. Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, the other way around. Yeah, but basically, what I'm trying to say is, it's so punishing in the early stages of this. I feel like, and obviously, the better players do last, but even good players, eventually will make mistakes sometimes, or just get unlucky or something like that. So, I guess what I'm trying to get at is that there becomes like a little bit less of you can rely on variance like a little bit more. As the time goes on, but it's still definitely good to just be consistent overall.
Yeah, 100%. And I think we can throw it over to the bracket potentially as we get a sea change to the webcams for a few seconds. Called that just a bit too late. Just to look at what we're looking at here after our 3 seeds. As a reminder, the top 4 players after 10 seeds of today are going to be seeded into the 13, 14, 15, and 16 spot in this bracket, playing either Oxidia, Tutor Rule, V-Strit, or Silver in our round 1 of the playoffs next weekend. Winners of those games will then play the next 4 seeds in round 2. Winner of those games will then get into our top 8 quarterfinals in 2 weekends from now. Very exciting stuff. Very stacked bracket. No real good place to seed yourself in here if you're one of these 4 qualifier players. No, not really trying to be like the 16th seed over the 15th seed or the 13th seed over the 14th seed. So this is brutal bracket no matter what. Our best 12 players going to be auto seeded here, but some very good consistency and fast times coming out from the quals players, right? Definitely would be interesting, like, to see how, like, if you threw these 12 players in this lobby right now and it was just everybody, how well would they be doing, right? Like, would they be flooding the top 20 here, or are these quals players, playing extremely fast, right? You never know. Every seed's different. Can't really compare time, stuff like that. But we've seen some good Minecraft so far. Aquacord and Retropog, especially with that consistency over these first 3 seeds, and especially in these bracket matches when it's a best of 5, right? Like if you have the speed but don't have the consistency, it's very hard to win an extended series like that. So you kind of have to have both. So if these runners can train that consistency, get it to show up here in the quals, could be a good sign for their bracket performance.
Yeah.
But
Gives you that confidence, you know?
100%. But yeah, I mean, I think we're ready to go into the game whenever we get all the players back in. We might need to stall for another minute or two. So, very exciting stuff. Nerdy, I know you're wearing like a hoodie, but it kind of looks like a bear, like a teddy bear onesie. Do you get that ever? Like
Oh,
just
no, I
cause, like
haven't
just
gotten
because of
that, but
the way that it like
though.
the
That'd be
way that
hype
it
though. Imagine
like
if I had
goes
little
like
ears.
straight down. That's
If I
just
had little
that's what it like
ears.
looks like to
Oh,
me.
that would go so hard. Oh man, I'm so sorry
Yeah.
to disappoint. That would go so
Like
hard,
just the
man.
coloring, and I don't know, like the patterning somehow, it just looks like it. I don't know. That's what it's stuck out of my head, but obviously is
Am I
unfortunately
crazy?
not what we're dealing with.
I feel like
It
that
does
would
look
go
like
so
it. I'm
crazy.
glad people are agreeing with
Little
me in
ears.
chat that it does look like that a little bit.
Dude,
So
now I want to get a bear onesie though. That would be awesome. That would be awesome, man. Oh my god.
but also you're not really gonna wear the bear onesie outside. I mean, unless you are, and then like good for you. But like that
I
hoodie that you're
mean,
wearing right now, like you could
speak
wear
for
outside.
yourself. Speak for yourself.
I left the door open. I left the door open there.
I mean,
You
I
could.
listen. All I'm saying is sometimes in Seattle it gets kind of cold, and if I was just a little bear onesie walking around, a rainy day, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I could live a
It'd be
good
like
life.
comfy and shit, yeah.
I mean, they eat salmon. We're known for our salmon here. I feel like I could just become a bear. Speak. My life could be good.
It would actually be a little topical, you know. That salmon angle, I didn't consider that as much. I see the vision. But yeah, I think we're getting the players into the lobby right now, so I think we're gonna be ready to start in just a minute. Gonna get into our seed 4. 10 seeds total, nerdy, 7 seeds left to go. Player quality is only gonna get better as we keep going through the day. And we're going to
I'm
slowly
excited.
get a picture of who our top 4 players are going to be. Yeah, very exciting stuff. Very, very exciting stuff. We will see. But yeah, it looks like we are going into the room. Yeah, in just a second. I know I've been saying that a lot, but I'm like reading the chats in the back end, and it looks like we are basically ready to go. And I said that we were going to be down to 60 people, but there's only 51 people in the stage. So I'm not sure if people to go, or maybe you don't get any points in the first 3 seeds and are just not feeling it on the day, whatever, right? Like if you see that the top 4 players have like 40, 50 points and you have like 5, I could see it maybe, maybe you're busy, had stuff to do, stuff like that. But we do have 51 people in the stage. So I think 51 people in the lobby. And we are ready to go, nerdy, into seed 4.
Beautiful.
Instant village seed. There's our blacksmith. Diamonds. 3 iron only though. Interesting. So have to kill the golem or woodlight here, but can make a diamond pick and can make a diamond axe as well. Golem does always drop 4. So, or not diamond axe as well, iron axe as well. So gonna see, I mean, not really that big of an issue with making a stone axe. And the other, I guess, if you make the stone axe and you get the extra iron, you're gonna have 4 iron. You can make shears as well for blocks. So it might actually be wrong to make
Yeah.
the iron axe. I feel very comfortable with the iron axe. It's just something that I use all the time, especially trading out a full bastion in like AA. You'll almost always have iron axe. So I'm much more comfortable with the timing on the iron axe compared to the stone axe. And again, I mean,
I think that makes sense.
you'll probably get iron in the bastion, so like having the iron axe into the fort, even if you have a stone axe now, will most likely happen. So the shears are probably just the correct play for blocks, right? Like your
Yeah.
Draconics has shears,
But I mean,
Retropog has shears.
the cope I'd give you, Feinberg, is that there is probably some. I feel like the mental is very important. If you're comfortable with an iron axe, and it makes you just cozy, it makes you feel,
Yeah, but
it makes you
sometimes you got
feel
if you're playing
relaxed.
fast, you can't always be cozy. I
Well,
see the I see your vision,
I'm just saying, like, if it makes you feel
but
safe,
the bear onesie Todd got to you, nerdy.
exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to get at. Is that if you could craft a bear onesie in Minecraft, even if it's slightly slower than crafting the shears, you got to craft the bear onesie. That's my point here.
I see the vision, but it looks like runners entering at these lava pools. People in chat asking about Diamond Axe. Diamond Axe, unfortunately, never the correct play, as if you don't get 20 obsidian and then need to grab obsidian with your diamond pickaxe and then you don't have one, you lose the Minecraft seed. So it is unfortunately not worth it. And also, you save a lot of time mining with a diamond pickaxe, and you don't mine the blocks in the bastion with a diamond axe. So it is just unfortunately not the play, even though it feels very nice to have feels very nice to have a diamond axe
Yeah.
in
I,
PvP situations.
I will say I think the blazes get notably more scared with the diamond axe. So that's one thing you're not considering is the raw terror in the blaze's eyes when you pull up with a diamond axe, Feinberg. That I feel like that's worth something.
It starts shaking.
Yeah.
But I feel like
Yeah.
if you scare them and maybe they'll drop a rod less. I don't know.
Oh, maybe
Is
they'll
it
run
is
away
it
too.
the
Yeah. They
play?
do that thing where they like float up or float down. Oh man, I hate when they do that. It's like the worst.
Hot air balloon blazes. Draconics dying in the treasure. And that's 3.5 minutes into the seed. That could just be a 0-point seed for Draconics. Someone we saw get, top two in the first two seeds. No
Yeah,
points in the last seed. And again, potentially already looking like no points in this seed as well.
and it's kind of brutal because in if you
Retropod dead
do
as
that
well.
if you do that in this, it's basically just that's kind of what I was saying earlier. I was waffling a bit, but what I was saying earlier, if you do that in this, you're basically just you're basically just screwed. It is basically impossible unless some crazy RNG happens. The seed is absolutely terrible and no one can finish, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but if you do that, like even in the grand finals, like it's not good. I'm not saying it's good, but it's like it's
It is not good.
recoverable, right? It's recoverable.
Yeah,
It's
you
possibly
only need
either
you
person
only
can
need
do it
one
too.
person. Yeah, you
Yeah,
only need one other person to die. Definitely, like from the like quality of play that we've seen in grand finals in the bracket, right? It's very unlikely
yeah,
that
of
people
course, of
die
course.
in bracket, but it is definitely like more likely for Dougal to die in the Minecraft seed
Yeah,
as opposed to 20 people dying in the qual seed. But I mean, Mish dead here as well. So already 3 people that we've seen die on this seed. So we only got like what, 30 to go
yeah.
until we only have
We're basically there. I mean, that's what I think.
we are basically there, but I'm not sure if these runners necessarily know where the fort is here, but Aquacord looks like he's basically out of trades. Might be ready to go. Had to deal with a piglin there, so that was a bit ugly. But has 20 obsidian, has 2 stacks of pearls, has string for beds. And he is heading to open terrain, different quadrant, finds the fort, Papler and Super C, Unknown C as well. All these runners getting it to the fort here. Again, just another one of these seeds where everybody playing so quick, so close to each other. And when you have, 50, 60 top tier Minecraft players, you're bound to have 20, 30 of them with just great seeds, right? The seeds will always be good. Some of them will always, just be on, make the right decisions. If everybody doesn't, maybe half of them will, maybe even if only 10 of them will. Very, very competitive seeds. All the micro decisions are mattering so much for placement. All these runners looks like basically finding the same spawner as well, at least the ones on our screen, which is going to mean you're going to be heading to the same stronghold, unless this is perfectly in between two strongholds, I guess, which is
Very nice.
possible. It's rare, but it's possible. But there we go in a birch forest here. Unknown measuring eyes. And again, it could potentially have a lot of runners in this situation very, very soon. Basically spawned on the treasure, very open terrain to the fort as well. Could come down to strays, whoever's going to be in the stronghold first. Could come down to, again, the micro decisions, crafting overlaps, how many pigs you get in the treasure, all that stuff. But
The
yeah, I was
diamond axe.
talking all this shit about the diamond axe, but yeah, and just noticed, has the diamond
That
axe.
would be really funny if that
But
was
again,
the
I mean,
difference.
it is a risky play, right? This guy only has 11 obby, and it is treasure. So if you didn't and you needed to get backups, your backups are potentially lower treasure backups, and that's like so slow to get backups there. Parker also has a diamond axe on the bottom right. We have half the runners on the screen right now with a diamond axe as well.
It's just satisfying. I feel
I think it's just the objectively incorrect play, but it feels wrong to like have the iron pick and then make a diamond one from the blacksmith, right? It feels wrong. It feels like you're wasting the iron even though like you're not. I don't know how to explain it, you know? It feels wrong. But we got these runners with a diamond axe and trying to handle this terrain to second portal courts here. Unknown C might be our first runner getting there. Nope. Kostu Gaming in chat. First I Spy. See if we can throw him up on the screen real quick. But that's our first I Spy. It could potentially be our first end enter. One bread left. Preemptives into a library. Going deep for the portal room here. It's not here, so misses the spike. Unknown C again in the bottom right now. Could catch up off the preemptive. Trying to figure out where to go here. He's down the same library situation, so potentially very weird, ugly stronghold. I like the spike that these runners got over there on the side. But it just wasn't where it was. Kostu library down here as well. And Polestar, first player in the end. Surely we can pull them up. Watch the zero perhaps. But these runners all getting beat out in the stronghold right now to nav or whatnot. Pulsar on the top right. Zero, front tower. Gets there with a rotation to spare. Potentially going to win the seed here off of the stronghold nav. Wasn't first in the stronghold. Wasn't second in the stronghold. No idea what placement this guy was, but if you hit that instant nav, here's the bed. One more anchor. Needs just 1 point of damage. There it is. And looks like Pulsar are going to be winning seed number 4. And again, I think Pulsar was one of these runners who did well on the last seed, but not on the first two. So potentially needed just a little bit of time to warm up. Something like that.
Yeah.
But all the runners on our screen attempting the zero. Papler and Unknown are almost synced up right now.
Wow.
So one rotation behind each other. They were building that platform at the same time. But I think we're going to start to see these completions flooding in. Dolphin number 2. But 2 runners just finished. The zero. Kostu, unfortunately, still in the stronghold. Crow in the stronghold as well. Potentially some rough nav, you know. Obviously, a couple of these runners were able to figure it out very quickly. But a lot of these runners still stuck as well. Crow just finds it now. Kostu still doesn't really know where to go. Was it down that library path initially that he turned back on?
Just
no idea here. Yeah, I think you can see the nerves sort of setting in there. Very just confused where we're going. Pearl into the crystal here for tomorrow. Potentially still zeroable, but gets the fireball Oh,
Oh,
they're
no.
gonna die? Oh, that's
Oh, no.
yeah. Yeah.
That's just brutal.
That no boat to clutch. Boat was used to try to get down. Unlucky. But here we go. Completions flooding in. Crow hits that 0. Half a heart left. But is the completion even going to go through? Only 5 runs left. 4 runs left now. Surely getting, a point or two. Any points are better than no points. Dewo on the screen as well. 23rd, maybe?
2 more spots here.
24th.
And
there we
we
go.
are.
And that's it. That's the seed. Our 24 runners. And again, they're an insanely fast seed. Just a couple minutes separating first from last once again. So, any death in a seed, any missing the stronghold potentially, measuring an eye wrong.
Oh, yeah. GG.
You're gonna get 0 points. Yeah, exactly. GG, as they say. So very consistency and speed based gameplay so far. Just so many good players in the lobby. And we'll get those standings up in just a second as that game gets into our back end and see. There it is. Aquacord on another heater. Still only 20 points ahead of fourth, but 18 points ahead of second now. Retropog, 0-point seed. And none of the other runners there at the top, catching up either. Draconics, 0 points, 45 in total. Danny Boy, 2 points. I think finished that seed in 23rd. So he's not being able to catch up to Aquacord there. Crow, 3 points only. Wall Yoshi, Darby, Olsen, all these players, 30 points, 0, 0, 0, 0. But a lot of new names again in the top 10, top 5. Players that are potentially won, a couple seeds back to back here, top 5 and a couple seeds back to back. Pulsar, Dalk, Papler, back to school. All these runners, getting half their points, third of their points in this seed. So again, maybe they just needed time to warm up. Maybe we'll see these names slowly climb. And if you're someone like Pulsar, you're in 6th place right now, but you're 6 points away from second.
Right. I mean, what you need here, if all you need is a little bit of consistency, like just staying in the top 20, staying, and then after this, you'll need to stay in the top 10. But I guess my point is, what you want is to just stay within reach of that goal. Because if you start to get some zeros and whatever, that could be bad. But for example, Retropod here has a bad game. It's not the end of the world. While Yoshi here has a bad game, not the end of the world. Draconics here as well. But you're still, as long as you're within reach of that top 4, that's really all that matters. It doesn't really matter if you win, like we were saying before. All that matters is you get that top 4. So, if you have one bad seed, it's okay. The important thing here is that if you can run it back and stay within reach of that top 4 spot, then should be good.
100%. And let's see if we can throw it over to the 21 through 40 standings for a second here. See these runners that are potentially barely there. And yeah, I mean, we have a couple runners there, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, still close, but very sharp drop off, right? Like these runners, 11 points, 16 points, 17 points. You're already 2 full seeds behind top 4.
Yeah.
If you won 2 seeds and nobody else got any points, could you win 5 or 6 seeds in a row and get there? Yes, but could these players win 5 or 6 seeds in a row, considering that they haven't gotten more than like 1 top 10 placement in the first 4 seeds? You know me, I'm a stats guy. I don't think so. So runners with their names on the screen here, unless you're 21st, 22nd, 23rd, basically impossible to catch up to that top 4 in the next 6 seeds. Just because of how sharp this drop-off is in points here. Because again, I mean, if you're consistently getting 20th on these seeds, like you're still top 30% or like top third in the lobby. But if you're consistently getting 20th, you're only getting like 3 points a seed. You know what I mean?
Right.
One person wins. Oh my god, we have a notch. 52 iron. Etterbowl
Wow.
portal. Fast seed potentially. I mean, we're gonna have no food. It's a taiga. So very little food possibilities, but there's a seed where you can get in the nether in the next 15 seconds. Even grabbing that gold block. Very smart play from Doc, making a gold axe. Going to see if a lot of these runners are doing that here.
Ooh, I
Looks
like
like
that
Dog on
play.
the screen now, the only player. Yeah, very heads up play. Very well done. Getting a lot of blocks as well. You know, you have no iron for steers. So that's how you're going to get the blocks. Doc's going to be entering the nether quickly here. 51 blocks. All these other runners also forming up blocks, but with the stone axe. So much slower. And we're on the bridge. Best bastion to see here because of the food possibility off of the Hoglin. Only awkward thing is we don't have a bucket from this overworld, so gonna have to maybe craft a bucket and then go back and kill the Hoglin, but definitely good to see if you're looking for food in the seed. Kind of a Hoglin on the bridge. Runners heading towards the chalice. And look at your screen now, Nerdy Aquacord, our number one runner. Look at this. Still in the overworld, a minute and a half. These runners are mining the chalice. Look how much food he's getting here. Went so out of his way for these pigs, these cows. I don't like this play. I mean, just look how far behind you are. I mean, not only the fact that I don't like the play in general, but he's killed 3 pigs already, or maybe 4 pigs. I think maybe just picked one up, but those 3 pigs dropped 3 pork chop.
Oh no.
Like, it's just he's a minute behind in the overworld already. I don't think it's worth the 7 pork chop. I really don't. You have a notch,
Yeah.
right? Like you can get to the stronghold on 0 sprint. And the notch will get you there on food, right? Granted,
Right.
Doc did just have to eat the gap, or the notch, I should say, in the bastion, so and is still not at full hunger. So like food is good. Obvious statement. But
Good take. Good take. Good take.
I don't know if losing a minute in the overworld is it, man. I just don't know. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah. It could be the variance though, you know, in the sense that if everyone else doesn't do it, I mean, I guess though, if you're Aquacord, you probably just don't want variance. You probably just want to be consistent. I don't know. I could see either argument. I
Yeah.
mean, I hear what you're saying. I think you're definitely not wrong, but
It's so hard to die with the notch. Like you'll be
yeah,
slower, hunger resetting potentially, but it's so hard to die with the notch food. It's so hard. So it's like,
right.
was it worth it spending that minute? Are you going to save that much time with hunger resets, with other situations like that? Is that time going to be saved? Aquacord, silly route here. Don't know the name of this, but it said like exposed. Oh my god, look at the pigs. Oh my god, they all flooded in there. Unique route variation from Aquacord there. Nicely done. But again, he's
Beautiful.
got so much time to make up here. He's got the food for it. I mean, down to 5 pork chops, but he's full hunger, full health. A lot of these runners still holding on to their notch. And I mean, if the fort's close and the terrain's close, you don't get hit by any strays. But I mean, getting 1 wither skeleton, 1 skeleton, couple pearls. Yeah, Retropog pre-notching this fort here. Ammo, I think, still holding onto the notch. HMI cables pre-notched the fort as well. And so, like, the absorption is not going to run out, per se, by the time you sort of get to the 0, get to the stronghold with the pearls. But you might just run out of food. I mean, you'll get some saturation, but gaps don't have the best saturation. And these runners on your screen, like, that are full health, like Retropog, down a hunger bar, HMI cables down 2 hunger bars, camo down 2 hunger bars, so they have no food there in the saturation. Like, can you even sprint by the time you get to the 0? All the mobs you have to kill, all the pearls you have to throw, it's very unclear. If you're an Aquacord enjoyer, you're hoping that these runners all run out of sprint and can't get there. But we will have to wait and see. Is Dog not picking up the rods? Am I silly? Why do I feel like this guy's inventory is full? I swear I saw a rod on the ground that he walked over, and he didn't pick up.
No,
he's
he
got
has
two.
rods.
Yeah, he's got two. Okay. Visual bug or something. My eyes visually bugged. Maybe not the screen, but like my eyes did, you know?
Yeah.
But apparently someone in chat saying he threw out gold. Maybe the gold looked like a blaze rod to me. IRL lag, exactly. Wow, look at this. HDMI cable's heading to chords, it looks like. Up on our mainstream. 6 rods, 13 obby. Dude, always going to home portal. Interesting. I think a lot of these runners maybe have 20. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe everyone is playing home portal. I wasn't tracking too heavily. And the eye did break though. So I'm gonna he threw out his wool. He threw out his wool. Go in the junk pile. Unlucky.
At least he saw the wool. It would have been bad if he, threw out all the wool and then didn't notice.
Yeah.
That could have been more.
People in chat saying a lot of people have 20, so yeah, I mean HDMI cable is definitely potentially leaving the bridge faster because of this play. And I mean we've seen this from a couple seeds of his today. We saw that one seed earlier where he had 14 pearls in the fort, heading to chords, potentially no pearls for 0. HDMI cables, I think, was trying to potentially get another rod, but couldn't get to the fort. So it looks like he's very turned around here.
Wow. Look at this.
Yeah, pearled back to 0-0. 1 heart now in the nether. So this home portal play, this no food situation, not paying off for him at all.
Ooh, yeah.
Pearled what looked to be the complete wrong direction through a pearl and is now just, running back the way he pearled.
Yeah, I'm very confused. Very, very
And
confused.
again, if it's a 0 eye, he's just losing. He took that 20% chance. Home portal on 6 rods. The eye did break, didn't get another one. So could be a big potential issue, but still might be one of our first runners to get into the stronghold. Looks like Dolphin heading to chords as well, but HDMI cable is digging out the portal frame. Not first in the stronghold. Pulsar barely first. Pulsar, look at this. Stake from the overworld blind, something that HDMI cables didn't have as well, right? You blind into planes from the fortress. You can kill a couple of mobs very quickly. HDMI cables 1 heart in this stronghold. Gonna opt to hunger reset even before the portal room. Is Pulsar going to find it here? Still preemptiving, still looking. Retropog crafting as well. Has to hunger reset. Not sure if any runner is in the end yet. All these runners in the stronghold. I liked down this staircase potentially. It's just so far. No one on our screen in the portal room yet still. Potentially difficult navigation here. Don't have anything yet from anybody still. Very interesting, Nerdy. All 4 runners here. Surely, one of them finds it eventually.
I mean, this is the kind of thing that can help out the kind of runners that maybe died really early or things like that, right? Super bad stronghold. And if you just get a fast stronghold split, that can make up a lot of time on a lot of runners. Even if you made an early mistake.
Yeah, but we still nobody at the portal room yet. I don't know about I don't think in the lobby anybody at the portal room. There it is. HMA finds it. Oh, and it's a 0 eye. I just realized.
Oh,
he can't enter. And that's
is...
the home portal. Leave on 6
oh,
misplay.
No.
Didn't go back to the fort. So the first runner potentially in the portal room, and he can't even use it. Has to run all the way back to the fort. No food, no pearls.
Oh, that's so insane. Oh man. Oh, that's just so brutal. That should just be. There's no. Oh man. Surely that has to
Pudgy
be
in the
enough of a
end
mistake.
first here. HMI Cables doesn't even know where he dug in here for the portal room. This guy is not getting points on this seed, I don't think.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm
so
saying. That
far
was like a
back to the
20.
fort,
That was like a
so
20
far.
point loss right there.
Yeah, brutal. And I mean, just on the 20% that it's a 0. Pudgy zeroing as well. Pulsar in the
Wow, look at
portal
that.
room.
Oh, oh my
Ooh,
goodness.
under
Little
bed for
sketchy.
Budgie. Is that going to break it? Might need another low bed. Oh,
No!
Pearl.
Oh!
Can chase down
Alive.
the dragon here with some
Here we
good
go.
crossbow shots, but that's some time loss. And he was the first player to enter the end, but I don't think he's going to kill the dragon before Pulsar is, but could still save himself a lot of points here by getting this chase down. Big damage if he hits that. He doesn't. Has to watch the dragon's breath.
Oh my goodness.
Has to watch the towers. This is something that Kai and Speed couldn't do for 100 hours, but Budgie's going to try to do in the next 3 minutes. Can he finish out the dragon here? We'll see, but I think Pulsar going to be number 1 on the seed. Unless somebody else on the screen. There it is. Yeah, Pulsar. 12 minutes. Very slow seed compared to the rest of them today, Nerdy. But I think that all just comes down to the Stronghold nav. Because this was, I mean, this was the best overall we've seen today. Minute enter, sub-minute enter for basically every runner.
I wonder if we're gonna get enough completions.
In 15 minutes? I'm not sure. Budgie getting it. Has a bed. Can blow up 1 bed and axe. Oh, early bed, half a heart. Can't do the second one. Gonna get the axe in. So very good commitment to the kill there.
Wow.
And I think he's maybe going to get 4th, 5th. Depends, obviously, on other finishers as well. Danny in the fountain, bouncing back after 2 bad seeds. 5th place finish. 4th place for Budgie as well. So maybe lost 3 places there, but, that's only, 4 points. 3-4 points.
Right.
Very good composure. Very good save on the Pearl. Well done. Nan falling off. 0. Pearl's down. Paul going for 0 as well. Japong just hit the 0. Doc waiting for the perch. Paul at 90 here for the 0, but again, the dragon shouldn't fly. Zeroing here in the top right. Doc 1 cycling. Yeah, we're going to see these completions flood in, but it's a lot slower than we've seen in previous seasons. I think the Stronghold nav, very difficult. The low food situation, potentially very difficult for all these runners as well. So we're seeing a lot less completions, very different to the first 4 seeds that we've had. Paul finishing HDMI in 9th. Wow, 9th after having to go back and get a rod and come back? Just crazy. HDMI getting 10, 12 points on that seed. Jooms 0 cycling, it looks like. Nahan 1 cycling. And Nerdy, yeah, we have a minute for 12 runners to finish. We could potentially not see 24 completions here.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Recrap does get one.
13th, Kazi in 14th. I didn't see Recrap in the top 40 even, so that might not be enough to keep him in the top half of players at the end of this seed. But he gets on the board again.
I think, yeah, it definitely is advantageous for every player that completed for people not to finish, because that's less points being distributed to other people.
Yep, not completing will get you 0. And 10 seconds left, so these runners zeroing right now. Cornflakes is probably going to get maybe 1 or 2 more beds off, and then the seed's just going to end. 1 second left, and there it is.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
18 out of 24 potential finishes. Aquacord getting in 18th place there at the end, so he's going to still be in the lead, but not by that much has, his first bad seed of the tournament so far,
Yep.
of the qualifiers. But we'll get those standings up in just a second. As a reminder, this was seed 5, so the way the format works, we do eliminate the bottom 50% of players after this seed. So I think we're going to be going down from 50 to 25 players. So we'll see those standings when they come up here in a second, see who gets to make it through and who doesn't whenever that loads up in our database, whenever we get to crunch those numbers. There it is. Yeah, I mean, Aquaquard's still in the lead, like I said, but Pulsar, I think a name that wasn't even in the top 20 3 seeds ago, but he's won this seed. I think he got top 3 last seed, top 5 the seed beforehand. Now in second place. And already a lot of these runners that we saw their names up there. I mean, Draconics, I think, was second or third at one point and is now in 13th. Eric, a 0. Crow, a 0. Jay, Walyoshi, Darby, unknown. All these runners that were up there a couple seeds ago, 0, 0, 0, 0. No finishes. Retropog was in second. Again, 0. Now down to 7th place. Still close, though. By no means is it done. We're done with 5 seeds. Everybody in this top 20 still has a decent shot. People in the top 10, obviously a better shot. 66 points currently gets you 4th place. Papler would be our last qualifier if we ended right now. But we have 5 seeds left to play. Let's see the 21 to 40 standings. Surely. Okay, maybe we are on these 31 players. I think this, I don't know how exactly we have it like worded or how much it works, because I think, again, for some reason, like we had 60 players like eligible to play in these next 2 seeds, and just like 10 of them didn't decide that they wanted to play for whatever reason. So I think we might rock into these next 2 seeds with 31 players, which is fine. Japonk clutching, looks like, at the very end. I mean, his name's not red, so he's going to be allowed to play. But again, Nerdy, he's at 21 points, and what did I say top 4 was? 66?
Yeah.
So you only have 5 seeds to close a 45-point gap? Like, even if you win these 5 seeds, can you close that gap?
Listen. I believe. You know, Japonk 86 has got this.
It's possible. I mean, again, for these runners barely at the top here, Jooms, Olsen, Dewo, a little more possible, but that's still like a 30-point gap that they have to close. If they win a seed, they're most likely not even going to be in the top 10. So you have to win, 2-3 seeds in a row to start clawing those points back. And if you weren't able to get it done in these first 5 seeds, can you get it done in the last 5? I don't know. It is a consistency game, and if you've had, 4 or 5 bad seeds here at the start, is it possible? We will see, but we're going to get the private room spun up again with a new whitelist, a new list of players. So it will be a minute or two to get that started. So I think we're going to throw it into a quick, maybe 3-5 minute intermission to make sure we got all the points correct in the back end, all that jazz. And then we will be back into it. So go get some water if you need. Head to the bathroom. Don't go anywhere. We will be back in just a few minutes with the back half of the seeds. We're halfway done. We've played 5 seeds. Done. We have 5 to go. And after those next 5 seeds, we will know who the 4 runners will be qualifying into our bottom 4 seeds in the bracket, getting a chance to play next weekend, getting a chance to win potentially the Season 5 ranked playoffs. So some very exciting stuff still to come. We will see you guys in the next few minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Yoey, welcome back. We are not muted. We're professionals. We're getting it done. Hope that the break for you all was swag. Got some water. Did what you needed to do. Got that life stuff out of the way. We are ready, Nerdy, to get into our back half of the seeds for the day. We finished 5 seeds. We have a pretty strong idea of, what our top 20, what our top 10 looks like, but we still have 5 seeds left to go. So half the points are still on the table. anything can happen. And we've used this time. We've gotten the runners in the lobby. We've gotten everybody settled in and sorted. It looks like we're going to probably start the room here up in just a minute. Nerdy, do you think Aquacord can keep that consistency up? I mean, we saw him have his first bad seed of the day on the last seed. Again, I mean, I think it was a bad seed for a lot of players, right? Only 18 finishes. The first seed today so far. We haven't seen a full 24 completions. Do you think he can keep that consistency up? Is he going to get into our top 4? Or do you expect some of the other runners maybe going on heaters? You know, we saw Polestar climb up in the rankings very quickly. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I believe in Aquacord. I mean, I don't know. If I had to put bets on, you know, a specific runner, Aquacord has been the most consistent today, right? It's hard to say, you know, if that will continue, but a great start overall, even if, you know, one bad seed. And I think we'll just have to wait and see. At the end of the day, you know, I can't control Aquacord. I don't know what's going through Aquacord's mind, but it seems like from what we've seen, Aquacord has been playing.
There it is,
well.
a upside down shipwreck seed. Love to see that. There's the iron 21.
Oh, wow.
So good stuff there. Some carrots and wheat. Good food source. Wow. Heads up play as well. Look at that. Grabs the gunpowder. Looks like Dalk grabbed the gunpowder as well. Retropog. Draconics, only runner here on the screen that didn't, because nearly you can actually craft TNT with this gunpowder. Unfortunately, these runners not going to be crafting rockets.
Getting 5 sand, though. Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think about the recipe. It's like TNT, I feel like you have to think about, I feel like cake, nerdy, like, would you put...
Cake, I do, yeah.
Would you put like $1,000 on where the milk and the wheat are going in the cake? I would not.
There's no way. I'm pretty sure isn't the milk at...
Oh, see, no, now you're thinking about it. See, exactly. You would not do it. I'm telling you.
I would for TNT. Because I remember, like, I remember TNT for some reason. I remember. I don't know. I remember it's 5 gunpowder. Because I remember, like, back in the day, I was, like, really mad. Because I was like, oh, man, I wish it was 4. Every time I would... Because I was like, oh, gunpowder is so hard to get before I knew how to make, like, a mob farm. So I was like, oh, dang it. Like, when I was, like, 12 years old, I was like, ah, dang it, man.
Like, you only had 4? Dang, now I need 5. What would you use the TNT for? In those worlds,
oh man,
or whatever.
What would I have done?
If you had like such a limited number of TNT, you had 1. Like, it's just cool to see it blow up, or
I was probably using it to like. I was probably using it. Oh man, what was I using? I would probably use it to like try and mine something, like, you know, clear out an area. Because I remember I didn't
sure.
Like back. I'm talking when I was like really young. I didn't know how to get like higher enchantments.
Minecraft.
I remember back in the day I would get like level 2 enchantments, because I would combine 2 level 1 enchantments, and then I couldn't add a third level 1 enchantment to it because I couldn't combine 2 with 1 to get 3.
And you just didn't know.
Apparently in Minecraft 2 plus 2 equals 2 plus 2 equals 3 in Minecraft, apparently. Which I in my defense, I mean, that's a very reasonable. I feel like that's
mechanic.
Very reasonable
It's
mistake.
just it's also reasonable to not understand that when you're
like
11. I do get that vision as well.
But anyway,
these runners
that's probably what I was using TNT for. Yeah.
Heading to the bastion here. Looks like a bridge, I think. And the fort is right there as well. So not that much terrain decisions to be made at all. And these runners that, you know, have TNT or potentially made shears instead of the TNT can get to this bridge very easily. I think I just saw Dalk eat an apple from TNT perhaps as well. Ooh, has to kill 2 piglins outside here, and has more piglins mad at him. That is not a good look. There's a stray piglin in this soul sand, and he opted to kill it instead of sort of running past it for whatever reason. Not sure why, but all these pigs mad. Look at Draconics' screen as well, like 6 pigs on him in the chalice. And then you look one under a Retropog, and he's just fine. There's one crossbow pig mad at him. A much less precarious situation than Draconics right now. I think if you were a Minecraft noob, you would prefer Draconics' situation. All the piglins right there. But if you're a Minecraft pro, you prefer a Retropog situation, because you know how to, you know, handle the bastion routes, handle the pigs if they're not in front of your face. And all these runners in the lobby, nerdy, I would say are Minecraft pros. So
really? Wow.
Think Draconics in a little bit of a silly situation there, but has managed to get still a pretty good amount of pigs in this triple. And again, the fortress is just right there. So gonna have very little decisions to be made terrain wise, overlap wise as well. Like you can't even really like get a pearl hang out anywhere. Like the fort's just right there. Like I guess you can hang a pearl like onto the spawner.
Yeah, I mean,
And it does save time. Like you can get a
I think
pearl
that's
hang
even
off.
bad though, because you can get strays spawning right now. But if you turn on 2RD, then it's like
They won't be there until
well,
you're already in the fort. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, this whole area is a Soul Sand Valley, though. So, like, look at Aquacord Strays. He has so many already because even though he's on high render, the mobs, like, physically can't spawn anywhere else.
True,
So, even though
true.
that fort is such a small part of what he has rendered in, it's the only part of what he has rendered in that's actually pulling its weight in mob spawning. So,
Right.
all of those mobs there are just in the fort.
The other
And
chunks are slacking.
yeah, exactly. He's pre-crafting a blaze bed here, but I honestly, I'm not even sure if he's going to use it. Like, let's see where this pearl lands, how many strays are here, but like, I don't think you even use the blaze bed in this fort. I mean, I don't really think any runner is almost going to use a blaze bed in this fort, assuming your strays are even just marginally decent. I mean, I guess there's not that much.
One
Like,
for four.
I'm very surprised he's going for the blaze bed here with the amount of strays that are around. Maybe he wants to go for it. I mean, he does have what, like I think 8 or 9 beds in the reserves, right? So it's not like you're using this bed and then like need it for the 0. And maybe the idea is that you want to get a couple spawns here and then play the strays, and like you're kind of loading the spawner as you're getting the strays. If it were me, I would just be running around this fort, like looking at like I said, this nether, like all of it in your render is soul sand. Like you spawn in a soul sand, you ran to the bastion in a soul sand, the fort's in a soul sand. So even though this fort is sort of enclosed, even though you don't have that much loaded, I feel like it's just all strays. I feel like it's all strays. Like look at Dewo's screen right here, just somewhere completely different in the fort. So many strays. While Yoshi's already blinding, Minion already blinding as well. I mean, the spawner is working. He's getting rates from it, but
There it is.
we'll see if it pays off. I mean, this guy is our current #1 qualifiers player, so maybe I'm washed. Maybe this is the right play after all. He's got 6 eyes or 6 rods worth of eyes, and is ready to go.
There we go. Meanwhile, looks like Dewo
Yeah,
blinding
first portal in the
the
bastion, some sort of
bastion.
task overlap. Maybe that's interesting. Aquacord grabbing his eye. Didn't break, so doesn't need another rod, and he's ready to go. But Minion heading there first.
Wow, yeah.
Someone in the chat potentially said left on 10 eyes. No, has more powder in the inventory, I think, so it's just raw ahead on the seed. Again, maybe due to strays, right? Like,
right.
The spawner might be the consistent play. Can't get unlucky with the wither skelly strays, can't get unlucky with the amount of strays, but I think for raw speed, Aquacore did not make the best play, and Minion is heading to the stronghold, gets the eye spy. But Pulsar already in the portal room.
Yeah.
I mean, first 2 seeds from Pulsar, like I said, were just stinker level seeds, but dude's won the last seed. I think got top 3 in the last 2 before that. Heading for the 0 right now. Has food to heal up here as well. Little shaky on the tower though, so I don't. Hopefully he doesn't get hit off by the dragon here. That looks low to me. Gets it though.
Beautiful.
And I don't know. He might only have 5 beds. But he gets it done. Beautiful damage. Pulsar winning 2nd seed in a row.
It looks like he only... it looked to me like he had enough wood to make another bed. And I think enough.
I mean, he has 14 wool that he just threw out. I'm not sure about the wood situation. Maybe he didn't even opt to craft anchors or something. Not sure, but gets number one, has won the last 2 seasons in a row now.
Wow.
Budgie zeroing, back to school zeroing, Walyoshi in the portal room, and none of these runners needing a hunger reset. Golden carrots for food, bread for food. So nothing there. Minion in the portal room as well. Looks like back to school in the middle right with the 0. It is a 1 and 8, so it's a little weird. Dolphins bed breaks.
Wow.
Didn't even clutch, I think. Maybe that just fell off the tower.
Did he have feather falling?
Maybe through a pearl like early we missed on the transition. I'm not sure. But Walyoshi zeroing. Mini zeroing. Not a ton of completions yet, but I mean, again, it did just hit the 10-minute mark on this seed, so definitely still a lot of time left. Think we're probably going to see 24 completions. I mean, I guess we only have 31 players for the seed, so if if a couple people die, like look, Danny Boy getting third there, almost a minute slower than Pulsar feels like. Yeah, Budgie got second with a 9:28, so Danny 45 seconds behind second place and gets that third place finish. Walyoshi fourth place finish. So this seed definitely one that's more about that consistency. Can you just get to the finish line? Maybe potentially losing seconds here and there, but big gap in finishing right now. I mean, maybe the 0 breaks a lot of people's beds. I'm not sure. Minion hit the 0 successfully, though. They are finishing in 5th place. Kennen in 6th. Now starting to flood in a little bit. Aquacord in 7th. That might be enough for him to keep his number 1. But again, Pulsar was in 2nd and did just win this seed. Draconics waiting for a perch. Jooms finishing. Everyone on our screen right now either waiting for a perch or trying to kill the dragon after a failed 0.
Yep. Lots of those.
Yeah, I think Dolphin doesn't have explosives left, so has to 2 or 3 cycle the dragon here.
And
Draconics waiting for the perch. Dewo got the perch. And again, there are only 9 finishes. It's been 3 minutes almost from Pulsar's victory on the seed. Draconics getting that 1 cycle in. Ooh, bed broke though. And he doesn't get it off. Draconics Dragon
so brutal.
On maybe 10, 15% HP. But yeah, I mean, he has time to run it down here. And I think he half-bowed maybe all the crystals except for the caged ones, but also in finishing as well. Not sure if we're going to get 24 finishes. Yeah.
All right, there's 15th.
16th. Draconics chasing down the dragon still as well. And almost all the runners on our screen here, either with failed 0s or failed 1 cycles. Beds breaking or timing's messing up. Eric's dragon on half HP. Draconics getting the perch there, so he should get a finish here soon, get some points in.
Beautiful. Eric it's just so brutal without the explosives, to have everyone have to kill the dragon in what? Yeah, this is like a 5, we go from a 0 cycle to like a 5 cycle.
Yeah. I mean, knowing that you have to get multiple purchases as well, just so slow, like there's just nothing you can do.
Yeah.
And like the mental agony of just sort of sitting there being like, okay, well, this was entirely my fault. Is that a perch already? Oh my God, what? I mean, that was very fast from Eric, though. I feel like he looked at an Enderman. Oh my God.
That is
the dragon brutal. And the dragon. I mean, okay, he can get in the fountain and get the kill because the Enderman will die or get hurt, and then he has to stack up here.
What a Giga Chat play. Oh, he survived though.
No, he had blocks over his head. Oh my God, he's fine. Barely. He'll make the jump in here.
Wow. That was good.
Clutches
That was excellent.
20th place. A well-deserved 5 points
That was awesome.
for Eric. He tried to build up there at the end, and then there was a netherrack from the failed one cycle, like above his head. So he couldn't get the height up. Super C, 37 seconds left to get a perch here. Is this dragon gonna snap? It's drooling. No, it's over. Oh my god, it does snap. Super C needs the dragon dead in 10 seconds.
Oh man.
It's gonna be literally 5-10 seconds too short.
That's so sad.
Oh my god, it's so close.
Damn. The Enderman.
Yeah, I mean, get literally 6 seconds off of getting 4 or 5 points there.
Brutal.
And another seed where we don't get 24 completions. I mean, it makes a little more sense now as we are only playing with 31 players in the lobby. So having, only 5-10 people needing to make a mistake as opposed to, like we said earlier, 30-40 people, definitely more likely. But hard seed, I guess. Don't know what else to say.
Brutal. Brutal stuff.
We'll be able to throw it over to the standings in a second to see where it is. Yeah, Aquacord's still in the lead, but maybe Pulsar is catching up. Danny Boy shoots up into top 4 again. Finally gets some meaningful points on the board after a bad couple of last seeds. And our 4th place points are now at 77. I think they were at 67 or 66 after last seed. I think Papler was in 4th at 66, puts up a 0 on this seed. So now is down to 8th. A lot of runners definitely here in the top 9, I think. Pretty big gap from HDMI cables to and back to school. But I feel like it's really anyone's game here in the top 9 still, and definitely possible for people like back to school, Yoshi, Draconics, those 50 pointers to have a couple good seeds here and catch up. But while it is always possible to have a couple good seeds, there's only 4 seeds left to play. So if you need to have those couple good seeds, they need to happen now, especially Nerdy when we're getting into our seed 7 and we're going to be eliminating down to 10 runners after this next seed. So people in the bottom of our top 20 here need to win the seed, and maybe they still don't even make it through to seeds 8, 9, and 10.
Damn. Yeah, we've got a lot of runners that could make it. Like Draconics could make it squeak into the top 10 here for sure. I mean, Ulsain, for example, or Dewo, Darby, like these people definitely could squeak into the top. It's going to be hard, right? Because you need to do better than everyone above you, to a margin where you make it into the top 10. And
then they also need to not do as well. Like, if you're behind in points like that, like even if Ulsain wins the seed, if back to school gets second, it's just like over, right? Like, because there's 64 points in 9th place. So Ulsain would have to, like, literally can only get 10th if he's trying to make that spot. And other players like they're in the 19th, 18th, 17th right now need to win the seed and need the players in 10th, 11th, 12th to not win the seed, because otherwise it's just over. So those consistency points really shining, 10, 20 points of difference. All that is, Nerdy, is one of these last 6 seeds where you don't die and you hit that 0, or you don't forget the rod, stuff like that, gaining 10, 15 points on a seed. That's all it is sometimes. But we're back to a standard buried treasure overworld diamond sword as well. No shears, but we have TNT, Nerdy, this time that you don't have to manually craft. So faster overworld from these runners. Danny already able to leave the island here. I think sees a good ravine. Always so weird when there's no kelp, but it looks good. It's like, do you commit to it? But he does. He finds it. 2 flint in a row there. And very fast enter from Danny. Pretty sizably ahead of the runners on our screen. Again, so early into the seed, so it doesn't matter too much, but we've seen the micro matter in a lot of these seeds. Messing up the portal a little bit, though. Stone on the floor there, but also could just be sort of RNG of where you choose to build the portal. Obviously, other runners can just like choose a different 1x2 or a different L and then not have that issue.
Danny and Ulstein look so similar here. They're like a similar skin color, and then they're just like in the exact same spot.
The movement the same way, yeah.
They were like bridging with dirt at the same time, the same blocks.
Another bridge bastion. So many bridge bastions today. I think maybe the third one, maybe even the fourth out of 7 seeds. TNT Chalice coming out from these runners. Papler, also and Danny Boy, everyone on our screen. Eric, the only runner to not TNT the Chalice. Very good overlap. As long as the gold blocks don't fall in lava. And Danny, the gold blocks almost do. He saves 13, but he's in a very precarious situation here. Saves it, but at the cost of 9 hearts. I mean, I don't think he's going to die here, but that
I mean, that's not a lot of food to invest.
Yeah, and I think he's going to try to save these piglins down here too. I don't know. It's almost like too scuffed. Yeah, maybe he just doesn't commit to it anymore. But he has, 4 or 5 piglins there. I think the right play is to maybe get these guys aggroed here, get these piglins, start trading, and then potentially save the dudes on the floor.
Yep.
Someone in the chat said ladder tech. Can piglins climb ladders? There's no way you know the answer to this question. I'd be shocked, but like someone in chat has to know, like for sure. Can piglins climb ladders? I mean, they can open doors, right?
I feel like no is my guess. I would put money on no. I just can't imagine. I can't imagine a piglin climbing a ladder. I just can't imagine.
I mean, they definitely like can walk into the ladder and go up, but like, are they going to path to the ladder on purpose? Is the question, right? Like, if you put those ladders there and then break a gold block, can they path up the ladder? Is the question. And I don't think that they can.
I would put money on no. I'm really not.
As we've been talking about the ladder discussion, Papler has 3 rods already in the fort. I feel like he's so far ahead of every runner in the seed potentially. As I say that, HDMI Cable's also 3 rods in the fort. Another runner that we've seen in these qualifiers be very fast in some seeds and very inconsistent in others as well. But a name that's up there, a name that could be in our top 4.
Right. Lots of promising runners here.
Yeah. Look at this portal, Nerdy. It's cut into the floor by 1 block because of Y-level shenanigans. That's corny.
Beautiful. Oh. And
yeah, I mean,
nice little secret pathway here for Papler.
Needs to find the blazes. Definitely ran out of strays. I mean, he knows where the second portal cords are, so hasn't hung a pearl yet. I think he's very confident that it is this direction or something close to it. Because he does have that information early, right? You blind off the strays. You can potentially use the fortress terrain to your advantage, hang a pearl somewhere, sort of direct your movement in the right direction. And he needs 2 more rods. HDMI cable's also at this spawner, going to blind as well. think Darby at the spawner, Aquacord at the spawner. All 4 runners on our screen at this one spawner just waiting for their 6 rods. Five beds, 2 anchors for Papler, 2 gaps crafted for food. 2 apples from TNT in the overworld, really? Gets 1 rod. Might play off the strays here. I see 1 stray here, 1 stray farther. Spawner spawns as well. No rod. Oh, there it is.
Nice.
Falls a little too far, but he is trying to figure out where to go. Looks like that was a suboptimal pearl. Unfortunately, no underneath terrain committing there, but recovers pretty well. HDMI cables digging down on coordinates. Most likely going to be our first runner in the stronghold. And I mean, I think it's just off the back of better terrain navigation here than Papler did. Papler, going the wrong way a couple times into
Oh my god.
these second portal cords.
That scared me. That actually got me.
Wither skeleton in the hole instead of a skelly.
Yeah. That would have been much worse.
HDMI cables trying to get a good preemptive spike. Didn't see one. Eric in the stronghold as well. Papler just eye spying. All these runners looking for a preemptive spike and nothing crazy good from anybody here.
Wow.
Potentially a deep portal room, potentially a chunk being cold somewhere. Eric finds it though. Might be our first runner into the end.
This sub
Appears like it.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong timer.
Back dragon. Back
Yeah, guys,
91.
This is cheating. The timer is going backwards. It's supposed to be counting up.
Oh, he got the bed.
No.
Oh my god, that is a
Wow,
save
what a
and half.
clutch.
I mean, does he have the explosive though? No, he's blown up 3 beds for 1 bed worth of damage. He has 3 anchors left. It's definitely possible, but these mess with the KB a little bit more than average explosives.
Oh no.
He's gonna get it off though.
Nice.
Wow. That was a clutch. Got the bed off literally probably with ticks to spare and then had to do a bed extension because there was nether bricks in the way, but he clutches it and gets first place on the seed nerdy. That might be what he needed to get into the top 10. I don't remember where he was on the leaderboard.
Awesome.
Big 0 clutch.
Sub 9? Yeah.
Yep.
Great
and
stuff.
Kenan hitting the 0 right now. HDMI cables hits the 0 as well. Probably in second place. Aquacord in the end, heading for the 0. Kenan hits the 0. These runners finding the portal rooms, finding the 0 cycles.
Aquacord, though. Our current first place player. Looking like potentially being able to get at least a top 5. I feel like I don't even know if I can confidently say that. Maybe a top 10?
Ooh,
I don't know.
Nahan dying in the middle right. Danny Boy in the portal room. Ooh, Aquacord. Is that a 4 bed? Must have been 5. 4 is crazy, but nice 0 from Aquacord. And also in zeroing as well. Papler still naving. Apparently doesn't have enough eyes. Threw one in the stronghold, what Cube's saying. Cube would never lie.
Oh. Wait, what just happened?
I think Minion choked the 0, so had to deal damage with crystals and then pearled into a crystal, which only does 2.5 hearts. But must have just not been on 2.5 hearts. Ball Yoshi on half a heart, clutches the 0. Danny Boy hits the 0 as well. Potentially 6th place from Danny. Papler hits the forfeit. Danny in 7th, Walyoshi in 8th. other runners on your screen right now going for the 0 ORT or Darby. Sorry. Oh my God. I was like the green timer and the green text. It's like an O. My apologies. Super C in the portal room. Joom's in the portal room as well. Emilk on our screen dead. Could Nerdy be a seed where we don't see 24 completions? Darby forfeits as well. Saw Paddler forfeit. Seen a couple other players die, choke the zeros, forfeit as well. Might not get 24 completions.
Yeah.
Which is big news if you're someone trying to sneak into the top 10.
Yep. Absolutely. I mean, assuming of
Oh
course
my
that you
God,
got.
Dragon's so low for Super C. Has to get out of the 0. Has to hit a bow clutch. Oh my God. Doesn't even get the chance.
Oh my God, that
What a
dragon is
chase
just
down from the
ruthless.
dragon. Actually triple comboed. That is brutal.
Oh my
Absolutely brutal
God,
stuff. Triple midair hit from the dragon. Absolutely nothing they could do. Back to school looks like
dude.
they left on 5. Not enough eyes to enter. Budgie in the stronghold. Retropog running back after a death. No forfeit. And again, Retropog, one of these runners that I think is in the top 10, but like barely, has had a couple bad seeds. So if he's able to not forfeit and clutch even like the last finish on this seed, could be like 5 points. Considering we've seen 4 or 5 forfeits, other people dying, stuff like that, it is very possible that Retropog is able to get a significant amount of points on this seed.
Wow.
If he can get back to his stuff. Same with Emilk. Looks like Emilk running back to the fortress as well with little to no gear. Retropog has no pickaxe for some reason. I don't know why we ran back with nothing, but he has managed to punch his way to the nether portal that he used to get to the stronghold. So Retropog I think had a wood pick that broke. He's got like 22 netherrack. Oh, he got blown up in the stronghold by a creeper. All his items right here in front of this door, or presumably another mob of some sorts. So Retropog has a minute 40 to hit the 0, get in the end to get some points. Mr. Budgie entering the end as well. And we are running out of time though. Minute and a half. Retropog needs to find this portal room soon. The 0 from Mr. Budgie.
1 minute left. Good bed so far.
Yeah, very clean.
Looks like it might be a 5 bed.
Yeah, there it is. Back to school in the portal room. Nerdy, look at this though. A minute only of RTA. No time. No time. Retropog 52 seconds as well. No time for these runners. They can't finish the seed. 47, 46. It's just not going to happen. Both these runners on the right of our screen here, just no time.
Wow.
Retropog can't even 0. Doesn't have anything pre-crafted. Back to school can 0, but just no time.
Damn.
Dragon can maybe die, but
insta diagonal.
Yeah, you play for the SSG level perch, 3+1.
Yeah.
Chad cycle, build up on the bedrock.
Yeah. I mean, I'd hit it personally. I don't know.
But that is the end of our seed. Not sure exactly how many full completions we had. Looks like, I mean, if the graphic on the bottom is correct, nearly only 12. That seems like so little. I mean, hopefully we'll see on the screen here.
I wonder how many of those 12
roll
are going to make it.
Oh yeah, literally only 12. I saw the UI. 12 players only getting points. So that opens the door. Again, back to school was in 10th, Nerdy. Didn't get any points on the seed. So I don't know if they're going to be in top 10 heading into our standings. We'll have to see when they load in just a second. But
yeah,
could be a big shakeup for that number 10 spot.
Are there any zeros?
Wow.
Okay, 3
Eric wins
zeros
the
left.
seed and misses out by 1 point.
Oh my god. That's just, oh, that's so sad.
Draconic's missing out by 1 point. Just brutal situation. And Aquacord Nerdy, Pulsar getting 0 points. Aquacord is almost a full seed ahead.
Wow, yeah, that's crazy. Aquaridge is having a phenomenal
I mean, yeah,
performance
really,
today.
really only had one sort of mid seed, and every other runner up here. I know Danny had 2 bad seeds. Pulsar, I think, has had the 2 bad seeds at the start, and then this bad seed here, and everyone else under them inconsistent. But Aquacord just been on it today. Now, I think it was only maybe one or 2 seeds, but it's been top 5, top 10, and basically all but one. And that is that's all you need to get top 4. Don't have to win every seed. Just need to avoid those zeros. Because it is still a very, very close race for our top 4. So we have 3 seeds left to go, Nerdy. As a reminder to the format for you, for the viewers, we are playing 3 more seeds, and now we only have 10 players left. So we're going to play the 15 minutes out on the seed. Everybody can finish in those 15 minutes. If they don't, obviously they won't, and then the points will scale accordingly. So if only 5 people, or I guess there's 10 people, right? So first place on the seed will get 20. Second place on the seed will get 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. So points spread out way more, right? Getting first on this seed matters more because you're taking away more points from other players.
Right.
Because there's just sort of less playing. So it's really still anyone's game. Papler, even at 66, can make it back up to 4th place. Only 20 points away if he goes on a heater. But those zeros, Papler, Dalk, Retropog, just not a good look for those players when you need to finish in the top 4. If you get 5th, nice try, right?
Yep.
It doesn't matter. 1 away, that's it. Come back next season.
That is brutal. It is punishing, but I mean, I do, anyone here does have a chance. Anyone in the top 10. It is for sure possible to make up, those 20 points, that 20-point differential, but it is going to be tough. It's going to be tough. And so they're going to need to be focused for these last 3 seeds.
Yeah, and let's throw it into our bracket just to see what these players are playing for. Currently would be Aquacord, Danny Boy, Pulsar, and Kennen slotting into our 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th seed. Nerdy, if you had to put yourself in this bracket, who would you want to play in round 1?
I'd want to personally play Silver, because I think Silver, I could be like, yo, Silver, listen. I know that you've won before, you've gotten second before. I'm the most respectable runner. Do you really want to eliminate me? And then Silver would be like, well, that's a pretty good point. Okay, you can have this one. I'm like, thanks, Silver. So basically, we'd rig the match, and then I'd win.
So you're playing for the sympathy line, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't feel confident currently against any of these runners in round 1. And again, we do have a special format for the bracket. So if you do get seeded into that 16th seed, you play Silver round 1. The winner of that seed, or the winner of that match, is not necessarily playing Manji in round 2. Those round 2 players get to pick who they want to play from the round 1 victors. Another thing we're trying new this season. So even a little bit more of a benefit for having that higher seed. So Manji in that 5 seed gets to pick who he thinks he has the best chance of winning against among the 4 winners of our round 1 games. And then Automat would get to pick the next runner in that list. Beef Sad would get to pick the next runner. And then Ral would be stuck with whoever wasn't picked. It's like a reverse gym class scenario, because you'd think like you're picking the worst players, that you want, like the people in front of you are picking the worst players that they want to play against. So Ral is going to kind of get stuck with the best players. It's like a reverse of the gym class scenario where you're
Brutal.
just sitting there getting picked last for dodgeball or whatever. Not like that ever happened to me. Okay, I'm just saying what I've seen in movies. That would never have happened to me. And it would never happen to you either, Nerdy.
Listen.
Sure.
I would first pick you because you'd be the IGL.
You'd first pick me in dodgeball or in the ranked bracket?
In dodgeball.
Okay.
You'd be like yelling at me. You'd be like, "Nerdy, go over there," and then I'd be like, "Okay," and then I'd catch a ball, and I'd be like, "Oh, thanks."
And then we'd
Maverick,"
win. That'd be
Yeah.
perfect. I see the vision. Anyways, we are almost done with the YAP session. We do need to get the whitelist reset up for the ranked room, as again, we are down to just 10 players in this next seed. And we're going to be down to 4 in just 3 seeds from now, Nerdy.
Wow.
And it will be the 4 players in our bracket that we will get into next weekend. I'm very excited, Nerdy. All best of 5s. Players get to pick who they want to play. I mean, every ranked playoffs feels like it gets more and more competitive, and I think we've made changes for this season that make the bracket inherently even more competitive. So I think we're going to see so many good best of 5 series, so much good stuff over the 2 weekends.
Oh yeah, it's going to be fantastic. If you're not here, chat, I would not want to be you. That's all I got to say. I would not want to be you if you're not here. I would not want to miss out on the amazing content that will be next weekend.
It's going to be some good stuff. It's going to be some very good stuff. But to get to next weekend, Nerdy, again, we do have to get through today. We have to get through the 4 runners that we have left. And I think we're ready to start the room in a minute. Just waiting on a couple players to figure out ranked room stuff. We will see. But I'm trying to think. Trying to think. Nerdy, when do classes start for you? School wise.
Kind of late, like kind of late September. But it's
I feel
good.
like that's so late though.
Yeah, it is the way it is.
Is your school like a trimester thing, or is it just like shifted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
trimester. So, but I'm excited. Except I think I'm taking physics, which, if you don't know me, it's like, oh man, math is cool. Physics, boo.
Not a big physics guy.
Boo physics. Anything that's like not theoretical.
I didn't like chemistry when I had to do stuff. I mean, I guess I didn't like biology the most probably, but that doesn't biology isn't really like math related. Like chemistry is like math related, but like I was so bad at chemistry.
Interesting.
It just didn't make any sense to me. Physics was chill, but like physics got really dank like late in high school, and I was so not in it. I mean, I was also so I took I think the hardest math class I took was like multivariable calc, and that was so hard too, man. Like I'm so into like the math it stops. Like when they start putting letters in that shit, dude, like I'm out, bro. I'm out. That's all I'm saying.
Hardest
we
math class.
We just need the numbers. No little squiggly lines.
I agree.
Ugh.
The hardest math class I've ever taken, by far, not even remotely close, actually, is real analysis. Oh my God, Jesus Christ! If you know, you know. It's a reading comprehension class. Oh man, it's all letter. It's not even letters. It's just words. Oh man, I'm sorry.
I took a discrete math class senior year. That was what I liked the most. Like game theory, graph theory type stuff.
Oh yeah, that stuff's great.
Literally just all numbers. Discrete math. It was like, this is hard math, but it's all integers. It's all integers.
I took discrete. Everyone was always like, "Oh, discrete math is so hard and stuff." And then but apparently, and then I was in my 3rd year, and I was like, "Why haven't I taken discrete math?" And apparently, I already took it. It was called something else.
Yeah, schools will call stuff different things.
I really liked that class. That was a good class.
Let me see. I think we're ready to go in just a second. Yeah, we got the go ahead in the referee chat. We are ready to go. Have gotten word that Papler does not want to continue playing, so I think we're going to be starting the lobby with 9 things. Discrete has no numbers? What are you guys question marking? Dude, I kind of have ung status, man. High school for me was like 9 years ago. I don't remember. I'm lying, by the way. Like, kind of. Like, I don't remember, but it wasn't 9 years ago. I took that class 6 years ago. 6? 4? 5? 5? 6? Yeah. I don't remember.
There's like logic in my head, right?
I swear my discrete math class had numbers, but I just got called out in the chat, and then mine backed up the call out. So, I mean, words mean different things, nerdy. That's all I'm saying.
Oh man. Yeah, I enjoyed discrete math. But man, real analysis. Okay, sorry. Oh god, I just started thinking about real.
It's okay.
Yeah, oh no, this is just bad. I started thinking about it. And now I'm tilted.
You have a shipwreck seed,
Back to
5
Minecraft.
bread, 9 rotten flesh. Interesting. Kennen, for some reason, didn't grab the gold nuggets. Neither did Pulsar. So these runners aren't going to have a gold shovel. Just a complete misplay in the supply chest. What is it even called? Like treasure chest in the. They have like names on the wiki. I never remember. Like the BTI. Like we obviously call it the iron chest, but it's called like. I think the food chest is called the supply chest. I think the map chest is called the map chest. I think it is called the treasure chest, which is really stupid because the treasure chest should be the chest that has the buried treasure map in it. But I guess like the pirate's treasure is like the iron and the gold and the diamonds. Yeah, I don't know.
But maybe they put the treasure in the maybe it's an old treasure chest that they put the new treasure map in. Or like, you know what I mean? Like maybe they made them. Maybe that was the treasure chest, and then they're like, we're gonna put the map in here. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Lost in plot. You don't know what I mean. It's okay. I appreciate you pretending I know. You know. I really
You're
appreciate
looking
that.
at my web.
Yeah. Listen. We do it a waffling here.
It's okay.
I got distracted by real analysis. That's my cope for this. Okay.
That's my fault. I'm sorry. Yeah. But all these runners in again. I mean, this was a frozen ocean overworld, and not even the fact that it was a frozen ocean, but more so it was like it was like the opposite of a peninsula. I don't know how to explain it, but like they could only go one way in the ocean. You know what I mean? So all these runners, like, it would almost be impressive to miss the magma ravine. You know? So I feel like very, very consistent overworld from everybody here. Going to come down to this Bastion nav, and looks like there's a lot of decisions to be made. A bay, an inlet. You guys are asking someone who doesn't live in a state that has access to ocean and doesn't even go outside to access it in the first place. So I'm sorry that I didn't know that. A bay or an inlet, apparently. Good to know. But I'm just trying to find the Bastion here. On the screen for Danny in a crimson. On the screen for Budgie as well. Nerdy, the first stables of the day. Give it up for the first stables of the day. Budgie heading into a triple.
I said it before. I'll say it again. Stables, best Bastion. Best
I know you're lying. And
quality,
you're
not quality enjoyment, not quality. Yeah.
You enjoy stables, or you enjoy watching people make decisions in stables? I don't enjoy. I like if I'm playing a seed and then I turn the corner and I see a stables Bastion. I'm like already 80% of the way to mentally crashing out. Like already, before I even get to the Bastion, before I even check any chests, I'm already almost crashed out.
You know, I kind of
so
like
I'm like, I mean, hey, you can like different Bastions. People can like different things.
Listen. I'm playing random seed. Okay, I don't want to know everything about the Bastion going into.
Okay.
It. I want.
Okay. You want the Bastion to have some mystique.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I could go play set seed if I want that. You know, if I want to just do a bunch of routing, I want to.
So housing's like the set seed Bastion, and stables is like the random seed Bastion.
Yeah, exactly. That's my take. That's why it's so good. That's why treasure is the worst, because it's like it's
stables
DS.
Is like
it's not even a real Bastion.
Is a puzzle. Yeah. I see the vision. I see. But all these runners, it is a double triple, so that looks like it's gonna be the move for a lot of these players. 8 gold blocks plus the chests, very good. Fast route, stuff like that. So not a ton of decision making. Now the decision making will come in if these runners don't get the loot that they need, right? Like if they don't get the pearls, they don't get the obsidian. Looks like Budgie's leaving on 14 pearls. I think everybody's gonna have 14 pearls off of this. So it's very interesting, Nerdy. Do you play off these 14 pearls, head into the fortress, maybe not have enough pearls for 0, or do you go lower into a gap and try to get more pearls for 0, more potential like explosives, trades, stuff like that? I don't know.
Yeah.
And this is what you mean, Nerdy. This is the puzzle of the Bastion. This is what you like to see.
Yep. I mean, just I like seeing the differences in people's routing, the difference in their and in the reward, you know?
Yeah, and look at this. No blaze bed from Budgie, no blaze bed from HMI Cables. No blaze bed from anybody. We don't have the explosives from the trades to blaze bed. So these 3 strays that Budgie's getting right here are so huge. 4
Yeah,
strays, maybe even
exactly.
5 here on the back of this fort. When you can't blaze bed that spawner and it's going to spawn, maybe 1, 2 blazes for so long. Look at how many strays he's working with here in the outside. 5 strays already, saw another one as well. He's got 6 rods. He's able to blind off the strays, has 20 obsidian as well. Huge stray plays from Budgie. Has to be in first in the seed by far. Those strays would put you in first place in a lobby with 60 players, much less in a lobby with 9. There he goes. No eye break, but he's not confident. Has to throw a second one. If this eye breaks, it's not a good look for the pearl count. And it does. Wow. Punished. Second eye throw breaks. Punished for bad offsets or
Wow.
bad RNG, something like that, whatever. And it's such a bad eye tab break as well because you need another rod.
Yep. And
You're
other people
not at a
won't need that.
spawner. Most other people won't need the other rod. And you're down a pearl too is the crazy thing. So if you're entering the end with 11 pearls versus 10 pearls, like who cares? 2 pearls versus 1 pearl? That's like a minute potentially of time saver, time loss. And again, he can't even head to second portal chords because of that break. Limited by whenever this 7th blaze drops, and we have no idea when this is going to be. Wow, not off those 2 blazes. Has to play another spawner cycle. Crazy punish here.
Yeah, just absolutely brutal.
I think HDMI Cables had an eye break as well. I think he has 11 eyes currently as well. People throwing 2 eyes here, crazily punished over people who do not. And Budgie's still waiting. Danny building his portal might be our first eye spy of the lobby. Looks like it.
Wow.
Can he nav this ravine stronghold? No portal room in the ravine. No light yet.
Just digging towards something
Double
for
wormhole,
Danny.
but
There we go.
he gets there. Wow, yeah.
Wow, look at that. And it is indeed a 0 eye.
Yeah,
So
and he has no pearls. So getting a pre-craft in here, obviously not to go for the 0, but just I mean to
yeah.
not have to craft in the end. Not really that big of a deal, but no pearls for 0. And because it's a 0, I mean this is a front tower, so you could technically get this done with 1 pearl. I mean, you're kind of stuck on the floating like obsidian platform for a bit, so I'm not sure if it's possible with this end. But Danny, first player to half bow, first player potentially in the end. HDMI cables, 0 eye. And I think Nerdy, I think he might only have 11 pearls in total. I don't know if he got an extra rod and just needs a pearl. I don't know if he needs both.
Yeah.
I think he's looking for stronghold chests here, so might need a pearl. Watching the screen intently to see if he finds a chest. I feel like on average there's like 1 pearl. If you find all 4 chests, no pearl. 1 chest
Yeah.
down. We'll
Oh,
see.
man.
But Danny might be the only player in the end here. We haven't had anyone else pulled up. But Danny is
Now
Danny's
now
like
we're
full
watching
bowing though.
40%.
Yeah,
Now we're watching 40% of the actual runs though, which is good.
that is true.
There's lower chance of us missing
Wow,
something
look at
awesome.
this. Pulsar heading for the 0. Pulsar, one of these runners, must have traded out blocks in the gap as well. And look at this. Behind entering the end compared to Danny by almost a minute, but he's zeroing on this end, so he's gonna win.
Wow. I mean,
Has 8 spare pearls in the hotbar as well from the gap gold blocks. Had the explosive to 0. Danny has to full bow because he
we're
only
just
has 3
waiting.
explosives in total. So Pulsar able to win the seed off of the gap. So that was apparently the right answer to the Bastion, Nerdy.
Wow.
Playing the gap
Yeah.
on the seed was apparently better. And Pulsar gets there with an 11-minute finish. Danny has to get there as well. Dalk entering the end. Maybe these are the only runners in the end. Danny gets the perch. Has 2 beds and 1 anchor, so can get it done here. Needs some good damage, though. Aqua Cord zeroing as well. It's going to be very close here because Danny's going to have to
I think
axe.
Danny has enough, yeah.
But Aqua Quad's Dragon's dying. It's flying to the middle, though. But Danny gets the kill, I think, seconds before Aqua Quad's Dragon gets there.
There we go.
So Danny looks like he's going to get second. Aqua getting third. Aqua Quad, again, must have played that gap as well. Gets third there. 4 seconds behind Danny. But still, very solid finish. 16 points. Aqua Quad potentially just guaranteed himself top 4 or got very, very close to it. Dalk looks like just got a perch as well. Retropog half bow.
Oh my god, did HDMI cables not bring enough eyes again?
Yeah, he didn't. I don't know. He was looking for a pearl for a few minutes. I don't know if he just couldn't find a pearl.
Oh my goodness.
I don't even know if he needs a rod as well, but that's the second time he's. Yeah, no, he has the rods.
Rod.
He just doesn't have a pearl. No, yeah, he has 3 rods, but needs 1 pearl, and he just can't get it done. Dolphin getting 4th. Retropog potentially getting a perch here. Budgie in the end as well. And it's really bad if you don't finish the seed here, because if you're like the 6th place finisher and that's the last finish, you're still finishing though. And so you're getting 6th, and if you get 6th, you're getting 8 points. And if you're not finishing, you're getting a 0. Versus in the big lobbies, you're getting 24th, you're getting 1 point. And you're not finishing it, you're getting 0. So a huge misplay, huge mistake not having an extra pearl. And HDMI cables, I mean, only a minute and a half left in the seed. It's just, it's over. I mean, he's dead to rub it in, but it just would have been over. We got Retropog waiting for a perch. Budgie waiting for a perch. Kenan just finished the seed. And these runners have a minute and 18 seconds left to get this perch. That might be it for Retropog. There it is. Budgie gets the perch as well, but choked the anchor. Oh no.
1 minute left. Should be enough time for most of them. Well,
yeah, so I think
though.
no, Budgie messed up the 1 cycle there. Placed a glowstone instead of a bed. I maybe was trying to charge an anchor and misclicked or something. I'm not sure, but Yeah,
Disaster.
Budgie's just, I mean, 36 seconds, it's not enough time.
Yep.
I mean, maybe with an insta perch here, I just don't even know how many beds, but that's not perch movement. Oh, maybe it actually is.
Oh,
No.
nope.
And there's just, there's not enough time. And that's going to be it. So we have, I think, 3 non-finishes. Budgie forfeiting. Yeah, I think yeah, just while Yoshi's still playing, but 8 seconds left, so I don't think he's gonna get the finish in. Still in the stronghold. And that's our seed. So
There
very
we go.
bad for the players who don't get the finish
Yeah.
points. Gonna be very interesting to see what the standings look like after
That's only
this
5
seed.
completions. Ooh. Yeah, this is gonna be. I think Aquacord might be like safe, maybe.
Like fully qualified, even if he doesn't play the last 2 seeds. What you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe not.
I mean, I know Papler didn't. Yeah, but we will throw it over to the standings, and then I think might have to figure out some point stuff in the back end. I think Kennan's internet cut out, so we'll figure out what we're doing there. But we'll be able to throw it over to the standings, and so if Kennan's eliminated, we again might have to look at it in the back end. Not sure what the disconnect was about, because obviously the stream was up the whole time, so we'll see. But I think if we look at the standings, get at least a picture of the runners that did get some points, that did get on the board, because I know Papler will be one of the eliminations. Papler was in 10th and just decided that he didn't want to keep playing. And Wally Yoshi, unfortunately, another one of the non-finishers, and was in 9th, so isn't able to get there. And yeah, Aqua Coordinator, like you said, 38 points ahead. But he's I guess if Kenan got points, then he's not guaranteed, right? If we figure out when Kenan potentially finish in single player, try to figure that out. But if Aquacord gets like even 5 points in, or I mean, how many points does he need to get? He needs to get 2 points in 1 seed.
Yeah.
To be 40 points out of Dolphin. So if Aquacord finishes either of these next 2 seeds, he makes it. And even if he doesn't finish both the seeds, Dolphin would need to also win both of the seeds.
Oh yeah, I see.
Because he's just 38 points ahead of 4th. And then Danny Boy and Pulsar again.
5th that matters?
Big.
Am I stupid?
Well, yeah, but I think, like I was saying, I think Kenan disconnected,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
So I think he's gonna have like maybe 10 points, maybe 12 or 14, something like that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But we're
basically.
But then wouldn't Dolphin have? Wait, did Dolphin finish
would
after?
like be
Okay,
in
yeah, I
5th.
see.
Yeah, I don't know. I know what
I'm
you mean.
following now.
Yeah,
I'm following now.
is-
I was just a little confused.
No, it is confusing too, because I think Kenan has some points. I think we might look at VOD timings and stuff, because I'm not sure again why the disconnect happened. But it's kind of, I mean, it's looking like it's a battle for 4th place here. Aquacord, like basically fully mathematically in. Danny Boy and Pulsar could fumble, but they are 20 points ahead of 5th, over 20 points out of 5th, right? Again, unclear how many points Kenan actually has. But Danny and Pulsar just need like 2 mediocre seeds, 1 good seed, and they're in. So it's a very tense battle for 4th. Like if you're Retropog, Budgie, HDMI cables, you're playing for that 4th place spot. And there's 1 spot between all 3 of those runners and, Kenan, Dolphin. So very, very intense stuff for that 4th place spot. And Aquacore with the consistency today has basically already written his name in the bracket.
Yep. I mean, man, it really could, like, yeah, Retropod could win this still. It is possible. Not win, but, get top 4. That is hype. I really enjoy that. Yeah, I think the non-finishes are really, really, really important. They are very decisive.
Yeah, because if you were a runner here that does just like finish, right, you would get 10 points.
Exactly.
Even if you're dead last 14 minutes, 55 seconds, you're getting 10 points. But if you forfeit or you die, 0 points.
Yep.
Because that's just how the scaling works, So this is our top 8. I think we're going to get into the next seed. and figure out the points for Kennen in the background. Look at the timings, look at stuff like that. I think we're just going to get the seed moving, though. I'm going to wait to make sure that that's what we're doing. But either way, Walyoshi and Papler are the two runners eliminated. Kennen visually here got 0 points, but he's wouldn't be eliminated regardless. So we will be getting into our seed 9 soon, I think. And we have 8 players left. We need to get down to 4 players.
Yep.
Very intense battle for our 4th place spot with only 2 seeds left to go. And the points start to get spread out even more so, right? Like with 8 players left only instead of 10, the points you're getting for each place are spread out even thinner. So it's even more important to get that finish in.
I mean, overall, but like we were saying, any of these players could get top 4, right? Because you don't like Aquacord, you can just totally ignore here. Aquacord's basically just guaranteed to be in. But well, you can kind of ignore. The thing about Aquacord though is even if someone above you finishes, Aquacord could be a bit of a spoiler in the sense of getting in between, yourself and a player who finishes after you, who's ahead of you. Could that's a differential of 4 points right there, right? So I mean that's not so there, even though Aquacord is guaranteed to win, Aquacord could sort of unintentionally help others or hurt others in their placements.
100%. Very interesting battle for the 4th place. Again, like you said too, we've seen this in the midseason showdowns and the qualifiers in the past. Those players that are like already qualified, or even the players that like can't really make it. But I mean, in this situation, all these players are still very close. Even like Retropog and Budgie are still very close to 4th place. These players that will just get those completions in, and then like it's not going to change their position, but it could potentially have a huge impact on other players' position, right?
Right. Now, looks like we've got yet another temple seed. Feinberg, how you feeling?
Dude, I'm liking it nerdy. I'm liking the variation, Love seeing the temple seeds. I mean, they're in the filter for a reason. Love seeing the low food situation. I mean, it's for the AA enjoyers, right? It's for all of us, really. It's for the world.
AA people.
Some might say,
Fair.
yeah.
Fair.
It's for the world. So, getting some sheep here in the overworld doubles up as mutton and as an extra bed. So, very exciting stuff. Honestly, I'm sad now that I'm thinking about it. The last seed where Danny full-bowed, it's definitely so wrong. I guess because he has 3 explosives, but like that's the one-shot potential, when you think about it. That's where you could one-shot in ranked. No one-shot so far in the midseason, and I wonder if we'll see it in the bracket. Maybe I'll have to go look at the scripts, maybe edit some things, maybe give like one of the best of 5s, just every trades on every seed, no string, no anchors. So these runners are always going in with no explosives, full one-shot match. It's so hype, though. It's so hype. But it's like the problem is it's just inconsistent. Even if you're perfect, you can't get it 100% of the time. So it's just like it's objectively
you're
wrong.
not. I personally am a little different. I hit it every time.
Your arrow never misses, never.
Oh yeah.
Just strays a little too far left or right.
When I slash give or I slash enchant myself with power 100, yeah, never, every single time.
I don't even know if power 100 would kill the dragon.
Actually, probably would.
I
don't know if it scales. I don't think it's
like
multiplicative.
Linear,
does it just add?
Yeah, it's bro, I don't flipping know. I've never experienced power 100 in my life, so I don't know. Really not sure.
But I'm just built
But
different. I would still hit it one shot, even if it doesn't, you know?
here we have the best of both worlds in this seed. We have a Temple Overworld and a Stables Nether, nerdy, some exciting stuff, but all the runners here playing a gap as opposed to playing a triple. Aquacord on 2 hearts, 1.5 actually. No, 2 hearts, I can't see. But again, as long as Aquacord finishes one of these seeds, it literally doesn't matter what placement he gets. If he just finishes, he will guarantee himself a spot in the playoffs. And again, he's almost already guaranteed it.
Yep.
What is HDMI Cables doing? I just saw him trade like four gold outside this bastion here, aggroing more pigs into the gap. But guess it works out, you know. Gap is slow to trade, so any way to get more pigs there is always correct. It's very interesting seeing what chests these runners are going for, how much obby they're getting. Again, oh,
Oh,
oh.
oh, there was a network error.
I thought it was like me. Did you
I
think
thought
it
it
was
was
you
me
also?
too. I
Yeah.
thought my Discord crashed. Which, by the way, can I just get like a round of applause or something for not having my Discord crashed once this stream? I would like, I feel like this is worth like celebrating or something. I don't know. Oh, yeah.
No, it was not me, guys, because Oliver is streaming. I'm not streaming. I only streamed in season 1. And then it was so overwhelming that Oliver does it from now on. So it wasn't me. Even though it's my account. It's like when you would go to class in college and then like you would write your friend's name on the attendance sheet. Like Oliver writes my name down, you know? It's like I'm not actually there, even though I am also here. So the analogy really doesn't like work at all. You guys know what I mean, though?
I saw the vision. I saw the vision. I saw the vision. I definitely saw the vision.
That's not a crime. It's using your resources wisely. You can't punish good thinking. Also, like the teachers that just put an attendance sheet out and like that's it. Like the teachers got to be like silly, bro. That's all I'm saying. Because it's not that hard to like take attendance with like electronic shit or whatever.
True.
I'm yapping, bro. It's all good. Whatever. I'm full yapping. These runners in the SSV, and again, the difference in the routing, what I was saying, I'm not sure if it got picked up through the lag, but Pulsar, you'll notice, has to mine 4 obsidian here. So does Dalk. HDMI Cables doesn't have to mine any obsidian at all. Built his portal has 11 extra. Aquacord also doesn't have to mine obsidian. So, interesting situation. Like, time loss from the Bastion is potentially going to translate to time saved in the fort due to this obsidian. 40 seconds to mining. I mean, you can overlap some of it with the blazes spawning, but in those 40 seconds that you're mining obsidian, you can't, let's say, craft beds, craft anchors, organize your inventory, get blocks in the right spot for 0, stuff like that. So
Right.
it is just worse to have to mine obsidian, even if all of it gets overlapped at a blaze spawner. So we will see. HDMI Cable's throwing 2 eyes. Is one going to break? Is he going to have a third 0-eye situation? No break. He will grab both. Do not want to see this guy get into a 0-eye again today with no spare eyes and only 11. But there he goes. Pulsar looks like he's heading to Cords. Building the second portal, potentially our first runner in the stronghold. Retropog actually eye spying a little beforehand as well, so 2 runners very close, very fast in the stronghold. Does Pulsar hit the Instanav library? Needs wood. Wow, needs wood for beds. So actually, good that he finds this library here. But we will see Retropog up as well. Is he in the portal room? No. Heading towards the same library that Pulsar was at.
The Wither Skull head really goes hard here, though, for Retropog.
Is he actually wearing one? I didn't see that at
yeah.
all. Oh my god, he is.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. I mean, that's
awesome.
That's just a drip. He's gonna win with that.
I mean, if there's a Wither Skeleton in the fortress, or in the stronghold, I should say, it will aggro him from a reduced range. So
that could be the difference.
There is a
You
positive.
never know. I mean, portals are 3 blocks
matter.
tall. Portals are 3 blocks tall. Wither Skeletons can get in there, and they can be mean little fellows. All right.
It could matter. Retropog in the portal room, half a heart, but gets the hunger reset down. Pulsar finds the portal room as well. Both these runners, Pulsar doesn't need a hunger reset. Oh, falls into the portal. So he's now at 9.5 hearts. If this is a back dragon, he can't zero, but it's front, so he can. But those couple seconds that he stuttered there in the portal room falling into the lava might cause him to get second on the sea. But look at Danny on our screen as well. Already at the zero. Kennen already at the zero as well. We have 4 zeros happening at the exact same time.
Wow.
And I think Danny's in the lead. But with double beds, anything can happen.
Can you use
Danny gets the first kill. Kennen gets the second. Retropog gets the third. Pulsar gets the fourth. Stream delay potentially. This could actually be any order. I think Danny wins though.
And this matters too. The exact
This does
order
matter.
matters.
This does matter a lot. The points spread very much so. All these runners, I mean, Danny not, but I know Kennen fighting for 4th place. Look at that. Yeah, wow. First, second, third. 1 second separating those runs, and 4 seconds for Pulsar on 4th. Aquacord in 5th. He's finished the seed nerdy. Aquacord is our guaranteed first. Guaranteed qualification. And honestly, with Danny winning that seed, I think he's guaranteed in as well.
It's very close.
I think we might have 2 guaranteed qualifiers after a 9 seed. Or after our 9th seed. We will see. HDMI cable's going for the 0. Budgie's still in the Bastion. Must have died. Double bed out from HDMI cables. Good knockback as well. Clean 5 bed. But what is this nerdy? I think it's like 6th place. So it's points, but HDMI cables needs more than this. Wasn't in the top 4. Getting 6th with 8 players in the lobby. That's what? That's only 5 or 6 points on the seed, maybe 7. It's not enough when the people ahead of you are getting 12, 14, 16, 20. And it looks like Budgie, the last player alive, just going to forfeit. Doesn't think he can run the seed back in 3 minutes. So there it is. That
brutal
is our seed 9.
And we will have to see how that affects the scores exactly. But I'm curious to see exactly how this affects the scores. I think, like you said,
especially too because we're fixing Kennen's score in the back end as well. So unclear as to what place he actually is in. So we'll throw it to the standings whenever we have those ready, and then we'll be able to see what the standings are actually for our 6 remaining players. Who's going to be able to get into the top 4? There it is. HDMI cable's out. The 6 points there at that seed wasn't enough.
Yep.
And Nerdy, I hate to break it to you, but for the first time ever, I think we have a completely irrelevant last seed. Unless Retropog wins and Kennen doesn't finish. We will have a tie for 4th.
True.
But otherwise, Dolphin cannot catch up. Everyone else in the top 4 is already guaranteed. So we don't need to switch around the POVs at all. We can put Retropog in the middle. We can put Kennen in the top right. And all the other runners can do whatever they want. It is also irrelevant for seeding. The way that seeding works, I will let's throw it over to the bracket and see. But it seeds based on phase points. So Aquacord had 105 phase points. Danny Boy had 110. And then can you actually throw it over to the the standings again? I already forgot the other two names. And I have to like scroll this thing. Thank you. And then we have Pulsar and Kenan. And so Kenan had 65 phase points. And Pulsar, I can't see his name. Let me control F in the sheet. Pulsar had 50. So Pulsar would be our 16 seed. Kenan would be our 15 seed. Aqua would be our 14 seed. Danny would be our 13 seed. So if you go back to the bracket now, and I have that information in my head, Pulsar would be playing Silver. V-Strid would be playing Kenan Cards. Tudo Rule would be playing Aquacord. And Danny would be playing Oxy. Again, if and only if Retropog doesn't win the seed and Kenan doesn't not finish, and then also we play a tiebreaker seed, and then Kenan has to lose the tiebreaker seed also. So it is possible that this last seed matters. At least there's a line, okay? Like at least there's a line. At least it's not genuinely completely useless. At least there is some line for the last seed.
Wow.
But I think we can get into it whenever.
What's the tiebreaker again? I don't even remember.
If they're tied, if people are tied like on the eliminations, they just keep playing, right? So like if we had like sixth and seventh tied right now, we would just have 7 people going into the final seed. But if there's a tie for 4th place at the very end, then they play like a best of one, like 1 seed, like a private room, just them 2. They just play, and then whoever wins that seed. Like we don't like. There's no like tiebreaker based on like how they did in the quals or whatever. But yeah, so we will be playing the last seed. It does actually matter. What is with the bracket seeding? Yeah, I guess we can talk about the bracket a bit. I think we're getting the players back in the room because I think they might have thought that the seed didn't matter, and it like almost kind of does. But the way the bracket works, we're doing a new format this season. So, like I said, the 4 qualifier players are going to be seeded into the bracket tentatively as Pulsar plays Silver, Kenan Cards plays Tudo Rule, Aquacord or Kenan Cards plays V-Strid, Aquacord plays Tudo Rule, and then Danny Boy plays Oxy. And then those are the matches that are going to be next Saturday, so a week from today. And then on Sunday, the round 2 players, Manji, Automat, Beef Salad, and Ral, get to choose the winners of those 4 seeds who they want to play. So Manji has the 5 seed. He gets to pick first who he wants to play out of those 4 winners, and then he just gets to play. And then Automat gets to pick second out of the 3 remaining players. I guess, yes, technically, Ral doesn't get to choose. Ral gets to pick whoever's left last. And then that also will be applicable for the quarterfinals. So ordering for round 2 and quarterfinals players doesn't matter at all because Dougal is going to get to pick the winner of those 4 round 2 seeds. Whoever he wants to play against, he just gets to pick. And then low-key seed 2 gets to pick who he wants to play. Ordering doesn't matter. There's just no real good way to show it. But we have the Retropog and Kenan Cards thing, so surely we can swap the gameplays. Let's get Retropog in the middle, and then Kenan Cards in the top right. And that's the story for the seed. We need Retropog to win, and Kenan Cards to not finish for there to be a tiebreaker seed. Otherwise, all the other places are already guaranteed. Danny Boy, Aquacord, Pulsar. No, Danny Boy, Aquacord. Dude, why can't I? Yeah, Danny Boy, Aquacord, Pulsar. I was like, I can't remember, man. Like, I see the thing and I read the names and then it goes away and I lose it. And I totally lose it in my head. But Room Portal, Village, Overworld. if you're Retropog in this situation, do you play like crazy balls out, you think? And then Kennen in this situation knows play it as safe as possible. Like he just has to finish the seed
Yeah.
in 15 minute dynamic, you know? Like it doesn't even matter if
Well,
Kennen gets last. He just needs
technically,
1 point.
yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I was gonna say that he could also just beat
This is a
Retropod.
good Minecraft seed. A 130 housing enter on a fortress. Retropog also has food here as well. He's got like 18 bread. This is a good Minecraft seed that these runners are playing. Retropog 1.5 hearts though. Precarious situation in the Bastion, but it looks like he's handled it. And Kennen also handling the trades as well. Potentially took the housing a little better, playing a mid down here as opposed to Retropog's manhunt. And again, I mean, I think Kennen would need to die or something, right? 15 minutes, finish the seed at all? I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, I respect that everyone else in the lobby is still playing, still giving it their all. I mean, if any of them beat Retropog, he also just loses, right? And it's not like they're going to be playing against like whoever wins here, but they all could act as spoiler.
Yeah.
To Retropog here. He does need to win out the seed.
Unfortunate. It'd be unfortunate for Retropog, but just the way it works. If I were Aquacord, I'd be trying to, get a nice amount of points. You gotta secure the first place, even if it doesn't matter that much. It's good for the mental,
Yeah. It's just cool your first place. The seeding again is based on phase points, not performance like within the top 4. Again, maybe that's not the best system, but that's what we decided on for the past couple seasons. Again, just think it makes the most competitive bracket. If the 9 seed gets to play the phase points, worst player
Right.
relative, right? Sort of what we decided on. But I mean, Kennen's in the fort already, nerdy. Retropog is not, so not a good look for Retropog fans. And as long as Kennen finishes the seed, it's GG, and he's 2 rods up against Retropog, and maybe 2 rods up against the whole lobby. I mean, Aquacord in the fort, Danny's still in the Bastion, but Aquacord just got to the fortress, so very unclear.
And Kennen is looking good here. I mean, 3 food. We need a death. We need a death. That's the only way that this could go in Retropog's favor, is with some kind of death or turbo throw from Kennen. But so far, Kennen's just playing the game.
Yeah, I mean, do you even go for 0? You have 10 minutes left in the seed. Like, he's got everything crafted.
Probably not.
I mean, from a game theory perspective, I don't think you do, but from like a confidence perspective, I feel like he will go for it. I feel like every time I say like this runner shouldn't go for 0 because then it's guaranteed, they like always go for it anyways, and like 90% of the time it's fine. But why take that 10%? There goes Kennen measuring the eye. Needs to measure a second eye, so a little bit of time loss. But again, like you said, needs a death basically, because even if he gets last on the seed, he gets points.
Right.
Needs to get 0 points, and Retropog needs to get first. So not a good look when Aquacord has 12 eyes and has already measured. Retropog has 5 rods, hasn't been to the overworld yet. So very possible that it's just already over for Retropog if Aquacord gets it done.
That's a legit possibility.
Heading to second portal cores already. Retropog measuring, but Kennen is leaving as well. Danny measuring. Eye goes into the mushroom. That is unfortunate.
Bam.
And Retro still needs one more eye before he can go. Oh! Messes up the pearl hang. And he's not going to leave on 10. He messed up his pearl hang. The pearl triggered. But he's not going to leave on 10. I mean, if you know that you have to win the seed and there are people already in the stronghold, it is a 0 eye though, so guess it's the right play looking at that now.
Aquacord here just gonna probably remove Retropog's chances here.
Yeah, if Aquacord hits the 0, back 1 and 8. Has the blocks to get there. Should have the explosives as well. Gets the 0 out as well. Very clean so far. Goes for the double bed.
Beautiful.
And that's the kill. And that's it. So Retropog, I mean, unless Aquacord dies to an Enderman or an Endermite, that's going to be it.
And he takes it down.
And I mean, look at the pace of the seed as well. Sub 8 finish from Aquacord on the last seed.
Just amazing stuff. That's a confidence builder, you know?
Pulsar building, honestly, some impressive stuff for 7 minutes.
Is that McDonald's?
He's genuinely created something a little magnificent on our screen here.
I mean, this is art, you know? This is art at its finest.
Big Manji skull at 100. I can't read the other signs. McDonald's. I'm a Manji. Hey, respect for the build. I like the oak and the birch contrast there. Oh, I don't think he can type T because of a macro. Funny. Oh, maybe that's why he's not typing Y either. Good stuff. But I mean, obviously, still runners playing. Retropog still in the stronghold, wants to finish it out. But I think if it gets down to just Pulsar, we probably will end the room. I don't think we will stare at the McDonald's for 5 minutes. But it is very nice to look at. Oh no. Oh.
Pulsar going for it?
And now he's flying.
Oh. Sub 5, I believe.
Oh!
It's like a
bow clutch.
It's like when your teacher has you do work in class and then they're like checking in on you and you have to like pretend to like, oh yeah, I'm like
yeah, like you're doing absolutely nothing and then they start walking around the room, so you like flip the book to a random page, you start reading.
I'm on page 1.
Yeah, exactly. And you just have no idea what you're doing. You just like hope that they're not paying attention.
Yeah.
Anyways, here's Retropog. Surely we put him on the main screen for the 0. There we go. We can put Pulsar on this side. But I mean, it was a good effort, right? Just unfortunately, I don't know what, 10, 15 points. I mean, I guess Kennen finished before him, so Retro's probably maybe 25, 30 away. It's just, 1-2 seeds of consistency there, where you maybe die on a 0, die on a Bastion mat or something. But when we start with 64 runners and you can only have 4, that's a very clean 0-2. Wow. 2 double beds in a row. Good stuff from Retro. Enderman. Scary. But that is going to be it for our playoff qualifiers, Nerdy. Pretty sure Danny died. Maybe he's still playing. I mean, I saw he died at fall damage. He might still be playing. He doesn't need to. I don't know if he knows that he doesn't need to. But that is it. Is Danny still playing? No, he's just paused. Maybe he finished or forfeited or something. Oh, it's because Pulsar didn't forfeit or something. Okay. I was like, why is the lobby not over? Well, there we go. Pulsar gets in with the forfeit. That's the lobby. Aquacord sub 8 on the seed. And couldn't get it out from Retropog, and that's going to be it.
GG's.
A good day of Minecraft today, Nerdy, I will say. We can throw it over to the final standings in a second once those numbers get in there. But it was a good day of Minecraft from all the runners involved. Top 4, obviously, of course. But everyone who showed up and played got some completions in, got some points in. There it is.
Good stuff.
Aquacord, Danny Boy, Cannon Cards, and Pulsar all making it to our bracket. And this really puts into perspective, too, how good Hax's midseason showdown run was. Because he had more points than this. And Aquacord started with 17 bonus points as well.
And there was also like a lot of top runners in the Hacks one as well.
Just puts that even crazier into perspective. But we'll see Hacks in the bracket next week. We'll throw it over to the bracket. It has been filled out. Well, actually, we'll see Hacks in the bracket in 2 weeks. Next Saturday, a week from today, round 1 games, all best of 5s, 4 best of 5s. Silver versus Pulsar, V-Strid versus Kennen, Tudo Rule versus Aquacord, Oxy versus Danny Boy. I think this is the 3rd time Oxy and Danny Boy have played in the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if it's even the 4th time. I think it's 3rd, though. Season 1 match, I think Season 4 match, and now Season 5 match. And then on Sunday, next week, we have playoffs, round 2. But again, it is not Manji playing the winner of Silver versus Pulsar. It is Manji playing who he wants to play. At the end of our stream on Saturday, all 4 of the round 2 runners will get a Discord call. We'll go in order. We'll ask them who they want to play. We'll get their thoughts on the matter, and then we'll get that scheduled for the next day. So Manji gets to choose the winner of whoever he wants. So if Silver wins, and then Kennen wins, Aquacord wins, Danny wins, Manji gets to pick from either of those 4. If Pulsar wins, V-Strid wins, Tutor wins, and Oxy wins, he still gets to pick. Doesn't matter who. He gets to see. And again, Nerdy, maybe Manji's got an idea in his head of who he wants to play now, but if you watch those runners play the day before, maybe that idea is going to change. Maybe he thinks he wants to play, I don't know, maybe he wants to play against Tutor Rule right now, and then he watches Tutor Rule 3-0 Aquacord, sub 8 every seed. Is he going to want to pick Tutor Rule? Probably not.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, very interesting stuff. Yes, every runner in the round 2 will get to pick. We'll get Ral on call, but again, like people in chat have noticed, Ral doesn't have to, or Ral doesn't really get to pick who he wants to play because he does just get the last person that is available, unless Manji or Automat or B-Solid don't show up to the call, and then Ral gets to pick.
Well, I don't know.
2 people.
Like for example, if I were in, and let's say like I was the last one to be picked, because obviously people would be scared of me. I could see a world where Ral's like, you know what, I'm joining a call. I understand that I'm supposed to play this, but Nerdy, you're such a good speedrunner. I don't want to embarrass myself losing to you, and therefore, you can just have this win. I could see Ral doing that if I was in this, but since I'm not in this, I don't expect Ral to do that. You know, because I mean, let's be real. I'm just the runners are scared of me. I'm a bit of a. I mean, I would sub 20 like most of these seats. You know. Actually,
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that you
25.
still got it, Nerdy.
I would sub 25 most of these seats. Yeah, that I can say.
And that's hard for people to do. That is hard. So it is very impressive. But again, I don't think we have really that much left for you guys. The full bracket starts next weekend, Saturday, Sunday, the weekend after Saturday, Sunday. I think we're starting an hour earlier than we did today. So 11 a.m. Eastern instead of noon, 8 a.m. Pacific instead of 9. So, Nerdy, we got to get up a little bit earlier. A little unfortunate. But all the times are in the ranked Discord. And again, when we have the specific matches scheduled, we will put them in there. And like I was saying, we can schedule those first 4 matches for Saturday, but we're not going to know the specific matchups for Sunday until we know the winners, right? And then we get to know who picks who they want to play. So we're not going to have those matches scheduled on Sunday until after the games on Saturday, but we will have that scheduled as soon as possible after those Saturday matches. And then again, we'll have those next weekend matches scheduled as soon as those top 4 players get to pick who they want to play. So we have 2 good weekends of intense playoffs content, Nerdy. Every playoffs gets more competitive than the last. Very excited to see who can win these best of 5s, who can make it through. Is it going to be someone from the qualifiers? Is it going to be one of the top 4 seeds? Is it going to be one of the 5 through 8 seeds? How's it going to work? New format this season. Some new players, some returning faces. Is low-key going to win 3 playoffs before anyone else can even win 2? We will have to wait and see. But thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you all coming out to the qualifiers. Big GGs to all the runners that showed up today and played, whether they played 3 seeds or played 10. Very impressive to even qualify for it in the first place. Come out here, show up, play their best. So very good stuff. And we will see you guys for the bracket stage of the playoffs next weekend. Enjoy the rest of your day or night or whatever. Appreciate you all. Nerdy, you have anything else?
No, I'm excited. I'm excited for next weekend. It's going to be exciting.